bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! news. If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Is going to cut free. He's over the 30. That's the puck. Here comes Freak. He fires. He scores. Same play. Conklin with the slam on his hand.
The top 4 teams in North Dakota 3A football remain. They all have a shot at a win tonight and a berth into the Dakota Bowl next week at the Fargo Dome. Top 4, according to the rankings, are still alive. Top 4, according to the standings, are still alive. And some intriguing matchups here. The semifinals are on the table, including the one that you're dialed into, 9-1 Davies. Number 2 from the East takes on 8-2 Minot, the three-peat and defending WDA champions. They also defend their state championship crown from 1 year ago. This is a rematch of a matchup earlier this year where Davies handed Minot one of their 2 losses on the season. A 17-10 ball game right here at Duane Carlson Stadium. Welcome into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Find out more at VIOC.com. I am Nick Hulberg, joined tonight by a good friend of mine, former Minot High standout on the gridiron, Mr. Bryce Gutknecht. Well, it boils down to this semifinal night. Is there a better night in North Dakota high school football than the semifinal round, Bryce, in your mind?
We're in the heat of it here, Nick. Well, first to answer your question, no. The answer is no. But how about the Magic City tonight? We got Minot North up north playing against Horace tonight. What an opportunity for the Sentinels. We're here at Duane Carlson Stadium. Minot's looking at trying to get their chance to get back to repeat as Dakota Bowl champs. It's a rocking night in the Magic City, Nick.
The matchups that are on the table, and certainly this one, are intriguing for so many different reasons. Number one, you've got the 2 best defenses according to numbers inside of 3A football with points allowed per game. Davies at 103 total points surrendered on the season. Minot High right around that 116 mark. Those are pretty good defensive numbers and almost breathtaking for some coaches that try to game plan against that. Tonight, we know that there's really an X factor. That's 2 kids in the backfield on each side tonight, the 2 best running backs in the state of North Dakota. Malachi Wermeyer, number 1 inside of North Dakota against Griffin Broderick, number 2 inside of North Dakota tonight. You've got the best defenses in the state of North Dakota. You've got the 2 best running backs in the state of North Dakota. And you've got a trip to the Dakota Bowl on the line here tonight. It really does set the table tonight for what could be an epic showdown here in the Magic City.
Yeah, 2 great defenses. We saw that in the first matchup back in week 3, a 17-10 game, very tight, very contested. No secret what they're going to do. Both teams are going to run the football, rely on their defense, rely on their offensive line to kind of grind that game out, try and control the game, time of possession, You are going to hear us say that a lot tonight. It's going to be a key, Nick.
That will be a major key in tonight's ball game. Here's my big question for you. You see Davies once on the year. They beat you. They own that time of possession game, and they just run it right down Broadway for 5 to 7 yards every time. It has to get easier the next time you play them for game planning, doesn't it, or does it not in a situation like this?
My answer is yes. You've seen it. You kind of relate to what they're trying to do. There's a lot of misconception, though, that they pull off really well. Trust me, they're going to confuse us up in the booth tonight. We're going to get confused who has the football at times. We're going to do our best. But I think we heard Coach Phil in, the assistant coach, defensive side for Minot High. Really going to be interesting to see a lot of the adjustments made from him tonight and from the Magicians from that week 3 matchup, Nick.
The game within the game, the coaching adjustments, the game planning, well, they've had some time to prepare for it. Looking at the media poll inside of our state, well, Minot High is number 1 in North Dakota. Cheyenne, number 2. Davies, number 3. The Mustangs and the Eagles are both saying, hang on, this is a head scratcher. We both beat Minot High. Keep in mind that was earlier on in the season. With that being said, we talked about the top 4, North Dakota still being alive. Bryce, I'd like to ask the question only for fun. I know you're a Minot High guy. You were an all-region player for the Magi back in the early 2000s. Minot High is a favorite, being the number 1 ranked team in the state. However, would you be willing to put money on the Magi tonight? I certainly don't know that I would.
Nah, that's I'm gonna stick to the booth tonight, calling the game up here. There'll be no wagers from me made tonight. We're in store for a great rematch. Week 3 seems so long ago. It's going to be very interesting. Like I said, adjustments from each team and see how both teams have grown since that early season matchup.
Yeah, it should be a fun one tonight, nevertheless. I said it the best earlier on this week. In my brain, that's quite a statement right there. Who am I right now? But I think the best way to describe it, meaning that I wouldn't want to play Bismarck High. I wouldn't want to play Cheyenne. I wouldn't want to play Davies, and I wouldn't want to play Minot High. It's really anybody's game heading into next week and into the opening kickoffs here tonight. How do they shake up? How did we get here? Here's a look at the North Dakota AAA bracket. Cheyenne shut out Legacy 28-0. Bismarck rocked Shanley 42-7. Minot shut out West Fargo 23-0. And Davies had their hands full at times with Hudson Sheldon and Mandan, but the Eagles came away with 35 points, holding Mandan to 20 in the quarterfinal matchup. Sets up Cheyenne and Bismarck, Minot and Davies. Top seeds out of the East and West, the number 2 seeds out of the East and West, traveling across the state here tonight for 3A football. It should be quite a show here tonight, folks. We are thrilled to bring it to you on the PSP Network. We've got plenty more to come on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We caught up with both coaches here tonight. We'll have those interviews coming up around the corner. We're going to preview this matchup a little bit deeper. We'll look at the leaders inside of our state of North Dakota, a couple of which are players to watch for here tonight. We've got the numbers. We've got the keys. We've got a salute to our great country as well. It all comes up next on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show ahead of the 3A state semifinals for North Dakota high school football.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Well, we get set and ready tonight for Minot High School. Fargo Davies in the state semifinals. Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. They don't waste your time because you don't have it. You don't have time to be wasted on oil changes. 15 minutes or less at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They do a fantastic job. Find them in Minot and Bismarck, VIOC.com. They bring you tonight's pregame show ahead of Minot High and Davies in a rematch from earlier on this year. You talked about it a little bit in the opening set here tonight, Bryce, that first game of the year really was dominated by the run game, Wermeyer and company for Davies, but the time of possession really was the name of the game. That Minot High defense got worn down and beat like a rented mule in that first half. How do you change that tonight?
You got to start faster. Those first two possessions of that Minot High had the football in that game, basically 3 and outs. It was right back to Davies. Davies was really able to grind out that first half. Unofficially, Nick, I had the time of possession about 34 minutes for Davies, 14 only for Minot High. Some long drives put together by Davies in that football game. Also to note, they converted 4 fourth downs in that football game as well.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out tonight. Let's look at the leaders inside of our state of North Dakota. We're going to see some of these kids in the lineup tonight. The one that you'll see here on this graphic, the receiving leaders, Caden Kraft from Minot High, 7 touchdowns on the year, 529 yards, averaging just about 58 yards per game. And oh, by the way, that's just about only 2 catches per night. He's up for some big-time yards gained when they get him the football. Look for him to be big in this showdown tonight. Who are the kids tossing it to him? Well, Hudson Sheldon, Jax Matter, the top 2 in the state. They're no longer in the postseason. Hats off to great years, however, from those 2 young men. Caden Olson still alive. 1,737 yards on the year and 17 TDs for him. Kellen Burke, the other player inside the state for QBs that has chucked the football around. 1,033 yards for Burke, 114 per average per game, 11 touchdowns for Kellen Burke. That's a young man that certainly has impressed. There's no question about that. And the rushing leaders. Note the top 2. Malachi Wermeyer, 29 touchdowns on the year. What are we playing, Xbox? Bryce, my goodness, this kid's the real deal. And Griffin Broderick, 12 TDs on the season. Broderick has been very good. He seemed a little dinged up maybe last week. That's a question mark tonight for Minot High. You see a pair of Bismarck Demons on this list in action here this evening as well. Tincher and Doctor trying to see if they can upset quote-unquote Cheyenne here tonight. Those are your leaders inside of the state of North Dakota. Earlier on tonight, we caught up with both head coaches, Chauncey Hendershot and Wayne Wermeyer, before the contest. When we come back, we'll hear from the head men of these football teams in front of the state semifinals tonight. We'll have that when we return on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Wermeyer, head coach of Davies. Coach, what does it take in the semifinals tonight against a tough, well-rounded Minot High team tonight?
I think the winner of this game is going to be the winner that wins the turnover battle, wins the special team battle. I think some teams are evenly matched here, and it's going to be a hard-nosed football game.
I know it's hard to talk about your own kids, but you've got 2 of the best in the state right now. What does this running back mean to you, the gentleman that's going to carry the ball the most for you tonight?
Well, obviously, he's my son, and I love the heck out of him, but it's so much fun. And not just my son, but I've been around a lot of these kids since they were 7, 8 years old, coaching them in flag football, coaching them in youth baseball, and we just have a lot of good kids on this team.
A team sees you once, they get to see you again. How much adjustment do you think Minot High makes tonight after you guys beat them here earlier this year?
Well, they played us really, really well. I know Coach Fillian's going to have some wrinkles for us, and hopefully we got a few wrinkles for them. But anytime you play a team the second time, it's, sometimes you get lucky to win the first one, but usually the better team wins the second.
Is there one X factor tonight?
Time of possession.
Thanks, Coach. Best
Yep,
of luck.
no problem. Thanks.
Hi, Carson.
What's up, guys?
What you doing?
Just helping out with the local food drive, looking for some more donations. What are you guys up to?
We're helping too. Look what we collected.
Well done. That's the spirit.
That's because we're building character.
You guys are characters, all right.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Giving back to the community is one of the guiding principles at First Western Bank.
First Western. You can bank on us.
With Chauncey Hendershot, head coach of Minot High. Chauncey, congratulations on another semifinal appearance. What does it take here tonight to take down Davies?
It's going to take our best football. Really good football team coming to town. I think a really physical matchup. They do some stuff a little bit differently offensively, where they're going to, take their 4 yards. We've got to be patient, execute, play team football and team defensive football. Offensively, their defense poses a challenge. Very fast, athletic. Will give us some different looks. We got to take, be patient on offense and take our shots when we have them.
You guys have seen them once. Does it make it easier once you've already played them once this year?
I don't know. It was week 3. That seems like ages ago. We're a different team. They're a different team. We're excited to be in the tournament right now and still alive, but it's going to be a physical football game tonight.
One X factor tonight in your mind to get a win here?
I think we got to play patient. We got to stay within the game. It's going to take 4 quarters, and we got to show up for all 3 phases of the game.
Best of luck today.
Yeah, you bet.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
The defending state champions on their home turf. Fargo Davies Eagles, a team that has been in the semifinals the last 2 seasons, collide tonight in the state semis of 3A football. Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. That's where I get my oil change. You want to know why I sit there? It's quick, it's convenient. Maybe eat my lunch, do some notes for the game tonight. Valvoline, they do a fantastic job. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings you the pregame. Nick Hulberg alongside of the former Minot High great, Mr. Bryce Gutknecht. Bryce, this is a matchup tonight that's got some of those players that we saw earlier on as the tops inside of our state of North Dakota. However, when you look at this showdown tonight, my player to watch for Minot High School in this ballgame, starting with the home team tonight, is a kid on the defensive side, and Peyton Jolliffe, 38 tackles on the year, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery on the year. He was our MVP last week. He plays that linebacker spot, leading the Magi in tackles. A kid like this tonight really has to be one of Minot High's best players in my mind if they want a chance to win. You played that position. You know what that weight and pressure is like. What does he need to do in order to be successful and help his team to the Dakota Bowl here with a win tonight?
He's got to preach assignment football. With the system and the offense that Davies is going to run, it's all about assignment football. You know your job, at what position you're at, stick to it, make sure you're doing it every play. The deception and everything that Davies can run with running the football can really confuse the defense at times. Jolliffe's going to be calling it out, helping to put his teammates in the right spot.
On the other side, he's going to try to shut down a young man that needs no introduction. Malachi Wermeyer 227 carries on the season. That's good enough for 1,760 yards and 29 touchdowns. This kid's the real deal. He's a next level guy. There's no doubt about that. He's quick. He's shifty. He's fast. He's smart. Oh, by the way, he's the leading tackler on the defensive side of the football for Fargo Davies. This young man really does look to have a special night here tonight. And if he does, Fargo Davies may go back to the Dakota Bowl for the first time since 2014.
Over 1,700 yards, 29 touchdowns. Those are not errors, everyone watching. Those are real statistics. We talk about him on the offensive side, his ability to run the football, very physical kid. Look for him on the defensive side, very effective at his linebacker position. I believe he's top 2 on Davies Eagles side in tackles when it comes to the defensive side of the football as well.
Yeah, he is the real deal. Another kid that we spotlight here tonight, and for good reason, the Minot High quarterback, young man by the name of Kellen Burke. 5'10 seniors, passed for 1,033 yards. He's rushed for 479 more. 5 touchdowns through the ground game, 4 more through the air. This young man really does need to be special tonight for Minot High if they want a shot as well.
I just watched him sprint out of the blow-up helmet over there, Nick. Kellen Burke is ready to play. A kid who seemed to have gotten better at the quarterback position with more reps as the seasons went along for Minot High. His ability to run the football, keep an eye on that tonight. It's been very effective for Minot High these last few weeks.
Well, there's more players in the game tonight, no question about it, but those are the ones that we highlight because they certainly will play a big role in tonight's semifinals of 3A football. Winner moves on to play either Bismarck High or Cheyenne next week at the Dakota Bowl. Loser has their season come to an end. When we come back, we'll turn it over to Eric Schaefer for the official introductions and a salute to our country with our Star-Spangled Banner. It happens next here on the PSP Network.
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises right wing, 3, bingo! Ho-ho! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Ho-ho-ho! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
Let's go down to Eric Schaefer, the voice of Minot High School. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. What a fantastic rendition of our nation's national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, courtesy of the Minot High Band under the direction of Mr. Evan Myers. Bryce, it's time to dive further into the matchup tonight. Here's the numbers. Davies is 9-1. They are the real deal. They've scored 346 points on the year compared to the 103 they've given up. 3-1 in conference play. Their only loss of the year. Cheyenne nipped them 3-0. Ranked third in North Dakota. Finished number 2 in the East. Minot went 8-2 overall in the regular season. 5-0 in conference play. Three-peated as WDA champions. They get the 1 seed out of the West. They've scored 305 points compared to the 116 they've given up. X Factors tonight brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com locations in western North Dakota, 5 of them to be exact. For Minot High, for me, are they healthy? And how healthy are the Magi tonight? And on the other side, that run game is so tough to contain. It's so tough to beat. Those X Factors tonight really could tell a big tell of the tape here tonight.
Yeah, Minot High side health is a big question mark. Blake Anderson has been dinged up. Griffin Broderick's been dinged up. The 1 and 2 running backs for Minot High. Going to be interesting to see how they look tonight to open this ball game. The run game for Davies, there's no secret. It's going to be heavy dose of Wermeyer in the backfield and some counters that they like to run off with Williams. Going to be very effective for them. Hey, let's get to it, Nick. I'm ready.
It's showtime. Final order of business. Our keys to the game presented by Northern Plains Heating and Air. If you're Fargo Davies and you control the time of possession tonight, you put the destiny in your own hands in a sense. Minot High, of course, needs to make some big plays in my mind, but those big plays really need to come in the late downs, meaning downs number 3 and 4. That was a real Achilles heel maybe for Minot High on both sides of the ball in the last matchup between these two teams.
I said it earlier in the broadcast. Davies converted 4 fourth downs in that football game. Minot High had their opportunities to get their defense off the field. They weren't very successful until the last few drives of the football game where they put themselves in a position to win. Controlled TOP, time of possession, we're saying it again. The first matchup, there were about plus 20 minutes Davies was controlling the football, which led them to a 7-point victory back in week 3.
There's your keys to the game, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Well, partner, it's just about time. Coming up next, Minot High, Fargo Davies state semifinals. Those keys one more time. How big of a role will they really play tonight? I'm sure it's going to be gigantic. Buckle up tight. Opening kickoff comes up next here on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged, the stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Nothing like semi-football playoff night. We've got it for you live on the PSP Network. Oh, by the way, we've got ourselves a doubleheader tonight on the PSP Network. Minot North in action tonight as well, taking on Horace just up the street. Closing thoughts, Bryce, and showtime.
Yeah, we have another beautiful night. Knock on wood. We haven't had any snow this playoff period. It's unbelievable. Hopefully that continues into next week to the Dakota Bowl. But hey, it's time to see one of the representatives who's going to make it out, the Davies Eagles or the Minot High Magicians.
How about Mother Nature? She really has been fantastic, hasn't she? Look at the temperature right now, 41 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour wind tonight, however, and a 1% chance that it may get a little damp here tonight. Opening kickoff deep through the back of the end zone. We are officially underway. Magi are in maroon. Davies is in white. And Minot High gets the football to start things off. Tonight's ball game on the PSP Network, by the way, proudly brought to you by a handful of sponsors over on the east side of the state, including Ken Kraft, American Family Insurance, Prosperity Health, Western State Bank, Tina Kraft Homes. Western State Bank is your hometown bank in West Fargo and Fargo. Visit them online, westernbanks.com, member FDIC. First play of the ball game, Magi working from their own territory at the 20-yard line from the left hash. They're going to hand off here, and not a lot doing there as a quick defensive stop from Davies as Minot High without a gain on the play.
Interesting to see. First one in the backfield getting the shot at the carries is Blake Anderson, so he appears good to go for this game on this first series. Interesting to see if they work Griffin Broderick in.
Minot High's offense has been good on the year. 2,081 yards on the ground for the Magi on the season. They work out of the gun here with Burke. They hand off forward on the carry for the Magi. And again, Blake Anderson stutter steps forward for a gain of maybe a half an inch on the play. And that Davies defense that has been a juggernaut, again, holding their opponents to 98 yards on the ground. And another 146 through the air on the season, averaging just shy of 245 yards per game for their opposition. I mean, those are some pretty good numbers from Fargo Davies. That's the reason they're here in the state semis. Minot High works with a 3rd and 10. Back to pass, Burke rolling out to the right side now as Kellen Burke's on the run, trying to find some open air. He does. Burke scampers up the far sideline, and Kellen Burke may have picked up a first down for Minot High School.
Really good protection. The Minot High offensive line holding their ground there. Great coverage in the back end by Davies. Nobody's open. I said it in the pregame. Burke's ability to improvise, using his legs there, huge first down to move the chains for the Magi.
Well, we talk about Kellen Burke and what he's been able to do on the year. Add some numbers to that rushing total, 479 on the season. This time, they go to Anderson. Football's on the ground. It's going to come away. Davies is up with it. Fumble recovery for Colton Tesh. The junior safety picks it up, and Davies is in business now on offense.
That's the fear of with the running back trying to get that, you're fighting for that extra yardage. That's something that's just going to happen. The football comes loose. Davies' defensive line looking very active here on that first drive. Huge turnover to start this one.
Well, Davies comes out on offense. First look of this Davies juggernaut offensive unit that is 3 in the backfield. They work under center. Keep your eye on number 7, 22, and number 88. We'll try to pick out who gets the football, and they fool everybody. Right up Broadway, there goes Malachi Wermeyer dancing down. Touchdown, Fargo Davies.
It's no secret. We knew what Davies is going to do, that fullback dive. Not the last time we're going to see that play. What about the first time we see it? 33 yards later, Davies is into the end zone right off the turnover. Can't ask for much of a better start if you're Coach Wayne Wermeyer, that is.
Well, my goodness, Davies off to an early lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Didn't take long for number 30 on the year for number 7, Malachi Wermeyer. Eagles off to attempt the point after. It is up and right down Broadway. 7-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Davies off to an early lead, courtesy of the top rusher in the state of North Dakota.
Bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC. Finding the right bank can be transformative.
Fargo Davies up early, 7-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Nick Hulberg, Bryce Gutknecht on the call. Well, if you're Minot High right now, how much are you saying, my goodness, what just happened?
Yeah, you just got to regroup the best you can after A big fumble there by Anderson. Quick strike by the Davies Eagles. Hey, just back to this possession. Focus on this. Forget about the fumble. Start with 1 first down and go from there if you're Minot High.
By the way, again, a big thank you to all those sponsors from the east side of the state bringing you tonight's ball game on the PSP Network, including our friends at Prosperity Health Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Fargo and West Fargo schools and their athletic programs, wishing them the best of luck here in the postseason. Davies off to an early 7-0 lead. Minot High comes back out on offense. 10:32 left in the first quarter. They hand off Anderson. Anderson goes up the middle again. He's going to be swarmed up and taken down. Handful of Eagles in on top of him, making the tackle and getting the credit with the tackle will be Wermeyer that comes in from that linebacker position, Bryce. And Minot High works with a 2nd down and 5 coming here.
Something we've seen from Minot High, that formation, they bring Eichhorn in, who essentially, he's an extra offensive lineman, so it's kind of a heavier set that they run there. Successful for about 5 yards on that one.
2nd down and 5 for the Magi. Under 10 to play. First quarter, Burke back to pass. Deep shot. Tried to go downfield. Went out to Kraft. It's going to be incomplete. Minot High fans wanted a call. They're not going to get it as the coverage in the secondary was there, and Colton Tesh was the one that shut down that opportunity for Minot High School.
Colton Tesh, it does look like he does get his head around pretty well there towards the end of that play. I know a lot of the fans disagree out in front of us here, but it did seem to be pretty good coverage there on the back end by Colton Tesh.
Minot High works with a 3rd and 5 now from their own 25-yard line, middle of the football field on a beautiful night here in Minot, North Dakota. Broderick took the fake handoff. On the run, up to the 40-yard line. Minot High's on the move. Quarterback keeper and Kellen Burke picks up another Minot High School first down.
Huge fumble on that first drive. I know it was resulting in points for Davies, but Minot High already 2 for 2 on 3rd down, and it's been Kellen Burke with his legs picking up first downs for Minot High.
Well, we talked about him in the postgame last week after the win over West Fargo, the shutout victory, 23-0 for Minot High. And Chauncey Hendershot talked about Kellen Burke being the alpha in the group, and he's certainly showing that he's got the compete level with him here tonight. Griffin Broderick, the North Dakota commit, has his first run of the ball game. Short gain of a yard on the play. Wermeyer and company in on the stop, and it brings up a 2nd down and 9.
Great pursuit by Matatati there, hanging on to Broderick waiting for his teammates to come and help finish that play off. A minimal gain on the run for Broderick.
Tonight's game on the PSP Network, by the way, brought to you by Minot State University. Best way to predict your future is to create it. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State, more than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. Kellen Burke up to the 45-yard line, danced over the right hash, and then broke free to the edge, and Burke's got another first down for Minot High School.
Burke, again, we've said it, I sound like a broken record, but improvising there, the pocket collapsing, taking off on his feet. The 3rd first down he's picked up here in these first few minutes with his legs.
You look at Minot High, it's a team and a program that's got 2 state titles. They had their first back in 1980. They waited all the way until last year at the Fargo Dome to take down the big red machine that was Shanley. Nobody had Minot High winning that football game except yours truly, and I had to tell Coach Mattern from Shanley that I wasn't out of my mind in picking that win for Minot High. However, you go back to last year and what the Magi did. This is going to be a penalty on Minot High that's going to march them back 5 yards here. You go back to what the Magi did last year and how they approached that season as the underdog. Now, this year it's a different story, being the number 1 ranked team coming into the postseason. There was a lot of question marks about how would they replace a guy like Ruziska, who went to Minot State, or Logan Conklin, who went to North Dakota. They've certainly done a nice job there. However, they find themselves in a bit of a hole now, 7-0, Davies on top. But this drive here could really turn the tape for them here tonight.
Yeah, and it's been all Burke early. Interesting to see if they can get the running game going more on this drive with Broderick and Anderson.
Look at Kellen Burke up the far sideline. Where do they have him out of bounds on the play? They're going to mark him up at the 35, and it's another first down for Minot High School.
The coverage on the back end has been so good by Davies, but we said it, Burke's just taking over here with his legs, and picking up these first downs, kind of carrying Minot High offensively to start this football game.
Right hash, 35-yard line here of Davies. Malachi Wermeyer scored on the first touch of the game for Davies after a fumble recovery on its first drive of the game. If you're just joining us, Broderick dancing forward ahead, and Broderick doesn't pick up much. Maybe a half a yard on the play. They're going to say he actually went backwards a yard, Bryce, and it brings up a 2nd and 11 for Minot High School.
Gunnar Majerus on the defensive line for Davies, been very active to begin this football game. Yards between the tackles, very hard to come by for Minot High.
By the way, tonight's opening kickoff was delivered by the UPS store located on the South Broadway Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. It's the UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. 2nd and 11 for the Magi. Broderick forward. There's a flag on the play. Broderick's going to pick up 5, but the white hat does have a call and a flag on the ground.
I think they're going to get Morozic on a hold here, so that is going to set Minot High back further here.
Well, good eye, Bryce. It is a replay of 2nd down, and all of a sudden for the Magi, it's 2nd and a country mile facing a 2nd and 21. Looking at those rushing leaders again inside of our state of North Dakota, Griffin Broderick coming in, 12 touchdowns on the year, 1,101 yards on the season, 122 yards per game on average for Griffin Broderick, the North Dakota commit. Question mark on his health coming into the ball game. Was he dinged up before coming in? The simple answer to that was yes. Here's Burke, another keeper. Burke rushing to the outside edge. Burke's going to get up over the 40 before he's pushed out of play. And the stop is made there from number 11 for Davies. Matani came in and pushed him out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd down and 11 for Minot High School.
Great job by Burke getting a lot of those penalty yards back. Try and get yourself into a more manageable 3rd down situation. Maybe even a situation where you can go for it on 4th down if it's an ideal yardage.
Well, the Magi in those maroon uniforms here on their home field with a great crowd on hand here tonight. Everybody's bundled up, of course, on a 41-degree evening here in the Magic City. Fargo traveled well here tonight, however. Little screenplay. Uh-oh, it's in the air. It's going to come into the hands of the lineman for Minot High after the blooper. Raja Fulton, the center, is going to end up with the football.
Yeah, they're probably saying Fulton's downfield a little too far on that, but regardless, he makes the catch, picks up a few yards, makes this 4th down a lot more manageable for Minot High.
Well, you hear the Minot High sideline come alive after their center ends up with the reception.
Good hands by the big guy there, Nick, on Fulton, the center for Minot High.
Well, you always have to think about those situations, too, on how quickly a guy like that is just licking his chops saying, oh, my gosh, don't drop it, don't drop it. Big 4th down play here. Burke running forward. Does he have enough for a 1st down? He does. And sub. He's inside the 10 before he's wrangled and thrown to the ground. And Kellen Burke has another 1st down for Minot High before Ryland Fisher took him out of play.
It's been the Kellen Burke show here. I'm not sure what his rushing yard total is in this 1st quarter, but he has carried this team. The offensive line holding up really well, allowing them to get outside the tackle again. Huge gain, huge 1st down, setting up 1st and goal.
Well, if you remember back to last year and the state championship for Minot High School, it was Kellen Burke that hit the field goal with no time remaining on the clock to give Minot High the win. Here goes Broderick barreling forward. Broderick down near the goal line, and Griffin Broderick in the Serve Pro red zone has Minot High knocking on the doorstep.
How about that answer on this drive? Over 5 minutes, they possessed the football. Set it, Burke with his feet, converting on that 4th down, trying to punch it in and try and tie this football game up.
2 in the backfield. It's actually Burke from the gun, Broderick finds a seam right down Broadway. Touchdown, Minot High School. Ryan Family Dealerships replay shows you the hole that opens up for Broderick. He goes right down Main Street to Minot High. back within a point here on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Huge answer. 13 plays on that drive, over 5 minutes, resulting in Broderick from a yard out. Burke with the extra point trying to tie this one up.
Well, Burke's got the boot on him. He's been like clockwork on the season. It's up. It is good. And Kellen Burke puts it through the uprights. We're tied at 7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. One more look at Griffin Broderick getting into the end zone for the 13th time on the year. The North Dakota commit puts this semifinal matchup back to tied.
Stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Tonight's game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by our good friends at Planet Pizza. Proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Planet Pizza with the largest laser tag playground in the region. Find them online as well, planetpizzaND.com. They'll bring you a live look in. We'll see if we can get an update from Minot North and Horace in 2A action tonight right up 16th Street here in the Magic City. Nick Hulberg, Bryce Gutknecht on the call here tonight. Bryce, nice response from Minot High School.
Great response. The ability to run the football really showing on the end of that drive, getting Broderick involved. He's looking healthier. He looked a little timid coming out during warm-ups and stuff, but a great sign for Minot High.
Tonight's game also brought to you by our good friends at Shields. Shields brings you the action on the PSP Network. Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They have every sporting good possible, along with footwear and fashion. Shields.com, where you could find them for hunting, fishing, fashion, and footwear. I was there before tonight's game, by the way. I got the new matching beanie that you have on here tonight. Got a little chilly in the quarterfinals, so we wanted to make sure that we were dressed up for the occasion. Shields had us covered. 1st and 10, Davies. Their own 20-yard line. Keeper for the quarterback this time, and forward goes the quarterback. Minot High's D comes up big. And the stop was there for the Magi, as with the quarterback keeper on the move was Xavier Muse, the 6'3", 210-pound junior. Muse is a kid that on the season, really in that quarterback role, has had kind of a unique situation and role of duties on the year. He's only thrown it 41 times. He's completed 16 of those passes for 219 yards. He's ran the ball 35 times for 239 yards on the year. But those 3 behind him have certainly carried the load. They're going to carry it again here, and they run it forward again right down Broadway, and it's Wermeyer that's got the gain on the play near that first down marker, brings up a 3rd and 1.
These are the downs the Minot High defense is going to have to win. Try and create some negative plays, forcing some punts from Davies. Big 3rd and 1 here to start in this first quarter.
It was your key to the game, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air tonight, Bryce. The Minot High on 3rd and 4th down on both sides of the football had to be gigantic if they wanted a shot here tonight. And this is exactly what you talk about here as they work from under center again. On the carry, it's going to be Wermeyer again on the carry. He's near that first down marker. Ball dropped right at the 40-yard line. Is it enough for a first down? It will be. Now the call comes in, and it will be a first down. Fargo Davies.
Didn't need much on that. He didn't get a lot, but it does result in a first down for Davies.
Well, we want to thank Coach Wermeyer for his time here tonight before the ball game, by the way. He and Chauncey Hendershot actually coached college football with each other back before they took over their leading roles at Davies and Minot High School. There's a rush on the play, and forward with the carry is Colin Williams. Williams has nearly a 500-yard season going for the Eagles. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year, and he picks up a gain of 6 on the play for Davies.
That was a play that was very effective in the first meeting between these two teams. Williams had a lot of success as he picks up about 6 on that first down carry.
Brings up a second down and 4 here for Davies. We know what we're going to get out of Fargo Davies here tonight. Prepping for this ball game, and it's a steady dose of that run game. They do it again here, and on the rush this time, carry is Williams again, and Williams barrels his way forward for another gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 1. Well, when you've got 3 backs in the backfield, Bryce, that average over 7 yards per carry every time they touch the football, game planning and prepping for that as a defense and a defensive coordinator, it's really the stuff that Nightmares on Elm Street are made of.
Yeah, and the misconception on what they can do, and it's so confusing and hard to defend.
Another first down here for Davies on the run. This time with the carry, it is Wermeyer. And Wermeyer had the lead block from Colin Williams, and Wermeyer's got another first down. This time the ball is going to be marked at the 42-yard line, and Davies is on the move. There with 2 minutes left here in the first half. There you see Rick Fillion on your screen. He's the Minot High defensive coordinator. We talked about that Nightmare on Elm Street. Have you seen Minot do anything different in this matchup compared to the week number 3 showdown of the regular season between the two clubs?
They're really packing the line of scrimmage again. It looks like they've basically brought in an extra defensive lineman, though, kind of showing that 5-man front. Something different that we didn't really see much in the first game. So a few adjustments made already by Minot High defense compared to that first matchup.
Wermeyer on the run. Another nice gain on the play. It brings up a second down at 5. Yeah, Wayne Wermeyer and Chauncey Hendershot coaching college football on the east side of the state. Each had good things to say about their opposing coach here tonight. Fun to see those rivalries in such a healthy manner stay alive.
Yeah, both so appreciative of their assistant coaches and very excited to be in the semifinals.
On the run that time with the carry was Carter DeWald, and it was Bledsoe that wrapped him up and took him down. Another look at it here on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Bledsoe been getting more defensive reps these last few weeks. He's been big on the Minot High defense as well as the offense side of the ball.
Final half a minute to play, first quarter, tied at 7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. They pitch it this time. Wermeyer hits the edge, far side. Wermeyer trying to cut free. He's wrapped up at the ankles, and again, it's Bledsoe that comes in and shuts the door, but it's Wermeyer that picks up another Davies first down.
God, it looked like Alexander lost contain up top on the toss play. Already the third down converted on this drive for Fargo Davies.
By the way, if you like what we're doing on the PSP Network, take just a moment and hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you so politely would. Follow us on all social media platforms, on X and on Facebook. You'd be surprised how far that like and follow really goes for us, and hitting that subscribe button on YouTube. Big thank you to each and every one of you that do that. Our mission here at the PSP Network is to promote local athletes. 7-7 at the break. Second quarter comes up next here on the PSP Network. Tonight's game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by our good friends at Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in the office. Enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. Well, Minot High looking for an adjustment here on this Davies run right now, Bryce, because Davies is doing what we knew they were going to, and that is jam the football right down Main Street. And again, they do it here with Wermeyer and another big gain on the play. And this is going to bring up a second down and 4 coming here.
Very effective running the ball on first down, getting them into these short yardage situations. This Minot High defense is going to have to dial up some pressure, try and create some negative plays.
Well, if you're just joining us, Wermeyer scored on the first touch of the game on the offensive side of the ball for Davies after Minot High fumbled on their opening drive. Hand off Davies again, forward on the scampering run. It's Carter DeWald that has the carry, and DeWald's forward for a short gain on the play. It brings up a 3rd down and 2 here for the Eagles.
Something to monitor. When they did throw the football in the first game, it was the screen game. They had one set up for a touchdown, didn't hit it. Then they converted one on a 3rd and 16 to Malachi Wermeyer, a huge point in that first game. Watch for the screen game from Fargo Davies here.
3rd down situation, left hash, ball at the 39 of Minot High School. Who's got it? The trickery is there again. This is going to bring up a 4th down and about a yard here, Bryce, after Wermeyer had the carry. And this might be the biggest play of the first half coming right here.
Yeah, it's been a really nice answer by Fargo Davies offensively, converting on 3 third downs already on the drive, trying to convert this big 4th down here.
This number's up to 30 touchdowns on the year now for Wermeyer, by the way. Look for number 7 to get the football here forward. They bust through the seam, and everybody watches number 7 barrel his way through. First down, Davies.
It's difficult. You know where the football is going to go. Davies still able to get that push up front, get the first down, continue the drive. Already over 7 minutes on this drive for Fargo Davies.
Inside Minot High territory, ball at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 from the left hash. Eagles in their white uniforms on the rush. They go forward again. Minot High trying to make the stop on the carry. Coming here from number 22, Carter DeWald, the senior fullback. Gain of just about 2 as Landon Bedell makes the stop.
Bedell was there, a guy who hasn't seen a lot of defensive reps for Jackson Dahl in at that linebacker position. Helping out Bedell there on that stop.
2nd down and 8. Davies on the move here. 3 in the backfield again. Ball's going to be handed off. Minot High wanted a call on the play. They're not going to get it. Cutting free to the far side. This is Muse, the quarterback, down to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Yeah, I can see the argument from the Minot High side. It does look like there was a false start on that play. Early movement, not called. Muse ends up 31 yards out into the end zone. We got a heavyweight fight here, Nick.
Muse into the end zone for the 6th time on the season. On to kick the point after is Colby Nelson, and Nelson looking to put Davies up by 7. Low snap. This is up, and it is good. Davies leads 14-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Muse dances down to Painter, touchdown. Davies by a score.
Facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Well, the big iconic M here in the Magic City earlier on before tonight's ball game. Something special, isn't it, Bryce?
I love it. The shots, you know, you and me being Minot High alums, we might be a little biased, but Duane Carlson, always a special place, and another great game here tonight, another great semifinal playoff football game.
Yeah, nothing like this place that overlooks the Trestle Valley of the Magic City, facing straight to the west. The only issue is that when that sun is up in the earlier games in the season, or earlier in the calendar year, I should say, it's kind of a challenge. This ball is going to be Bumbled there by Pilata, making something out of nothing. Pilata's up to the 30-yard line, dancing forward to the 32. And Pilata looked to be dead to rights, and he comes all the way up to the 32-yard line for Minot High School.
Yeah, it looked like a disaster brewing there special teams-wise for Minot High. Pilata able to gather that football. Looked like he had some room trying to get to the sideline. Big tackle by the Davies special teams.
Yeah, give the credit on that tackle, by the way, to Liam Wicklow coming in and shutting the door for Davies. Pilata was almost off to the races. 14-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Davies on top, Minot with the ball back. Burke from the gun, working again. He's got Broderick. Broderick cutting over to his right side, and Griffin Broderick doesn't go anywhere because the stop is made in a quick hurry from the big man, number 89 for Davies, and it's Majerus that comes in and slams the door.
Gunnar Majerus has been terrific in this first half for Davies, creating havoc on the defensive line, he's created a couple negative plays already in this football game. They're limiting Minot High to a minimal gain on first down.
Magi go to work again here on the offense. 2nd down and 9. Cutting free, far side, Blake Anderson up over the 40-yard line, and Blake Anderson on the run for the Magi puts Minot High School near that first down pylon with a 3rd and 1 coming here from Blake Anderson.
We've seen it a lot in the first half. Their ability to get outside the tackles, that's where their running game has been very effective here for the Magicians.
Well, the Magi again go to work on the 3rd and 1. Big play coming here for Minot High once again. Well, do you look to get Caden Kraft engaged in the ball game? No, they go back to Anderson. First down, Blake Anderson cutting free up near the 45 before his feet were wiped out from underneath him. And credit on the tackle coming there from number 11. Matani was the one that hit him at the ankles, but Anderson still has a first down for Minot High School.
Yeah, I was fortunate. Matani got a good piece of Anderson to bring him down there. It looked like he may have had some room for a big play on that, but regardless, it's enough for a first down for Minot High. Keep the chains moving.
Update from up north. West Fargo Horace 14, Minot North nothing. Burke, quick hitter. Bledsoe has it at the 50, 45. Bledsoe barrels forward down to the 40-yard line, and a big pickup there for Bledsoe.
You see that little play action kind of freezes the defense. You slip out Bledsoe, a play that Minot High likes to run there. Very effective in a first down into enemy territory for Minot High.
Is this a must-score drive for the Magi right here, Bryce, in your mind?
Kind of the way the game's going. You know, Davies is going to try and limit possession, so any kind of points would be huge here for Minot High.
Stutter step left, stutter step right to Anderson, then wrapped up and taken backwards. Gain of 1 on the play for Anderson, brings up a 2nd down and 9 coming here. Well, we'll have a Planet Pizza live looking coming up in just a moment. Minot High on the 2nd down and 9 coming, working from the gun again. Burke on the keeper, finds a seam, trying to cut his way forward. He does, and Kellen Burke on the 2nd down play brings the ball up to just about the 35-yard line of Davies, and it will be a 3rd and 5 coming here.
Great job by Burke. Follow your blockers, get into a manageable 3rd down. Got to believe, barring a sack or a big negative play here, probably 4-down territory for Minot High.
By the way, Owen Patterson, Corey McIver have the call of the game on your screen. West Fargo Horace and Minot North taking place tonight just up 16th Street. Planet Pizza will deliver tonight, by the way, if you're in the Magic City. 701-852-1700. 3rd penalty of the game on the Magi, and this one will march them back 5 more, Bryce.
Yeah, it turns into a 3rd and long there. They got Eichhorn on a false start. See if they can get something with Burke outside the pocket again. Been very effective in the first half with his legs. You said it too. Maybe try and get something to Kraft. Try and get him involved in the passing game.
Big thanks again to Western State Bank, your hometown bank in West Fargo and Fargo. Visit them online, westernbanks.com. Member FDIC. Third down and 10 for the Magi. Burke takes a shot, has Kraft just over the head of Caden Kraft, and it's incomplete.
God, that was a good look. It looked like had him open up the seam there.
Sorry, that wasn't Kraft.
Yeah.
That was Hayden Swiddle on the route.
Correct. Yep. Harold, is it Hayden Swiddle? I'm sorry. He was up the seam there. He looked like he had a step on him, but not to Kraft wasn't able to deliver him the football.
Big thanks again to these Fargo sponsors that bring you tonight's semifinal action on the PSP Network. Prosperity Health Pharmacy proudly supporting all these East Region teams. They strive to build lasting personal relationships with our customers and the community. Come visit us in South Fargo. Well, there's a timeout on the field brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, First International Bank and Trust. The flags are blowing in the Magic City. The lights are on. We've got ourselves a ball game. 14-7, Davies on top.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Specialty teams, units come out on both sides. Minot High facing a fourth down situation from the Davies 40-yard line. Minot looks to punt this football away here with 5:34 left in our first half. Comes to Anderson.
I think it might have been blocked partially there.
Davies is going to touch it here. The Eagles will get the ball inside their own 20-yard line. Anderson making something out of nothing there, too. I think you're right, Bryce. There might have been a fingertip on that football.
I got to thinking about the last game, Nick. Minot High attempted a fake punt kind of in the same exact situation. I kind of believe that's why Wayne Wermeyer called a timeout there, made sure that the special teams was ready for that. They ended up getting a piece of that punt, looking to add to their lead. 5:24 remaining in the first half.
Well, it's no big deal for Davies to march down the field 80 yards or just shy of that here. They can get that done. We've seen it time and time again on the year. It's a Davies team that offensively has just been so tough to contain. 3,109 yards of rushing on the season. Good enough for 310 per night. There's the first flag of the ball game on the Davies offense coming here.
I was talking about that on that touchdown play. I thought they maybe got away with the false start. They didn't on that one. Could have set them up in 1st and 15 to start this drive.
By the way, next week is a busy week on the PSP Network. Hope you join us for Region 6 volleyball coverage, followed by the WDA volleyball tournament, and of course, wall-to-wall coverage with live digital radio from the Dakota Bowl next week. You can listen to every game from the 9-man up to the AAA contests. Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domries, Chuck Claremont, Bryce Gutknecht, and yours truly will be on the call. I'm telling you, those Bismarck guys do it in a way that it's untouchable how good Woodmansey, Claremont, and Domries really are at the call. They've been at it for over 25 years. Proud to have those guys on our team, and you'll hear them next week at the Dakota Bowl with digital radio coverage with the 3-man teams on the field. Guy roaming down below, color commentator up top, and then those legendary play-by-play guys. Should be a great weekend next weekend, shouldn't it?
I'm looking to match my 4-0 picks from last year, Nick, from the Dakota Bowl. So if you want some advice on your picks, I'll charge you a small fee, and we'll talk about that later, my friend.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to do so. I forgot all about the picks from a year. Were you the only one that went 4-0 last year on the picks?
Not to brag, but I was, and I remember being up with the media when you and I picked Minot High. We did get some looks on that from a few of us thinking, what are you thinking? But Minot High ended up victorious. I was 4-0 on my picks, and
it was a good day.
Yeah, it was a great day, my friend.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that again. Hope you join us for digital radio coverage. Again, wall-to-wall, we'll have it for you. On the PSP Network, 3rd down and a long 15 here for Davies. They pitch it back. Ball comes free at the 20, up to the 25. Minot High is going to make a big stop here as forward on the carry was DeWald, and DeWald was pasted on the play by Ishort and company. And it's a 4th down and the longest yardage we've seen here from Davies here in this contest at a 4th down and 7 coming now here with 3:36 to play in our first half of football.
Yeah, that penalty setting them up in a long 1st down. Davies really equipped to manage the short yardage situations.
Big 4th down play here. Hard count from the Eagles, trying to get the Banjai to jump as Muse. Still working on that count. Play clock's down to 4, down to 3. Timeout Davies, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Well, they've been around for a while. First International Bank and Trust starting back in 1910. It's amazing, isn't it? First International Bank and Trust, full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Locations across rural and urban communities in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online, FIBT.com. 4th down coming here for Davies. A quick timeout. They went to that hard count trying to get Minot High to jump. They were unable to do so. Just the biggest play of the first half. That can almost go without question.
Very interesting. They're still lining up in their regular offensive set here.
Ball's going to be run forward. Minot High is going to make a stop here, Bryce.
I can't believe they ran a play, to be honest. You got a 14-7 lead. You're handing the ball over to Minot High at the 30-yard line with just over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Huge stop by Minot. Huge opportunity to tie this game before the half runs out.
Well, you got to like the confidence, however, from Wayne Wermeyer and the confidence that he has in that run game, because he thought for sure they were going to get the first down and then some probably, but Minot High's defense comes up big, second best defense in the state of North Dakota with 116 points allowed on the season. What does Chauncey Hendershot have up his sleeve? 2 wide receivers right side, 1 on the left. Burke rushed in the pocket all the way back to nearly the 50-yard line. He's going to toss this one downfield and out of play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10 here for Minot High.
You could see that he had single coverage on the near sideline here. They rolled him out, seeing if they could get something to Kraft. But Davies on the back end, their coverage has been spectacular in this first half of play. Got to be happy if you're Coach Wermeyer defensively.
2nd down and 10 coming here for the Banjai. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to play first half. Burke from the gun. Takes it to the left. Burke's on the move. Burke's going to dance his way forward. Is the football on the ground again here, Bryce?
We do have a flag on the play. I think they might get another. I think they might have got a hold on Minot High here.
Well, we'll see the call coming here. If it is on the Banjai, that's certainly a topic of conversation for the Magicians at the break coming up in 3 minutes and a second. Here is the call. That is a holding up Minot High School. Second down and long now for the Banjai. It's going to be a 2nd and 18. Do you try to get Caden Kraft engaged here?
Yeah, anything you can, dial up your best play. Try and get yourself into a very manageable 3rd down. I've got to looking at the flag here, Nick. It's very favorable win for a field goal, so something to monitor too here. See if they can get them in the field goal range as well.
2nd down and 18 for the Banjai. From the gun, they work again. 1 wide receiver on the right side. That is Swiddle over here on the right side. They go over to the left and try to feed it out off to Polana. It's going to be incomplete as it's tossed over the head. Coverage in the secondary strong again. And again, it's Colton Tesh that is there with the man-to-man coverage.
I'm going to give some love to Mathiasen too. Minot High ran this crossing pattern, and Tesh and Mathiasen handled it really well. Great blanket coverage again by the secondary.
Well, there you see Chauncey Hendershot on your screen, the Minot High head coach. 5th year for Chauncey. He's compiled a record of 28 wins and 20 losses. That 11-1 mark last year certainly helped the cause for Chauncey. The three-peat as WDA champions. 3rd down and long for the Magi. Burke rushed in the pocket. Look out. Burke's going to be wrangled up and taken to the ground. Big time stop from the Davies defense.
Right, they're going to discuss this. This could be a grounding situation. I know he's outside the pocket, but I don't know if the ball got back to the line of scrimmage.
6'2", 225 for Alex Meese, and he came flying in. 38 tackles on the year coming into the semifinals. And the big man for Davies takes down the Minot High quarterback, and now it's 4th down and a mile here for the Magi. They're spotted all the way back at the 45-yard line. 1st down marker, and that pylon's at the 20. 4th and 25 for the Magicians, forced to punt it away. Here's Blake Anderson, towering kick, and he just hammers that one all the way back through the end zone. And Davies gets the ball back here with 2 minutes left in our first half of football. It's 14-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Well, we talked about it on their last possession, Bryce. They can get down the field in a quick hurry. They've got 2 minutes to do so as they hand off, and that swarm of Eagles moves forward on the play.
Yeah, you just wonder if they're content here. They've got the lead, played really solid defensively in this first half, got away with that gamble, that huge 4th down gamble. Giving the ball to Minot High at the 30-yard line, Minot not able to do anything with it. Got to believe they just run the ball here, maybe run out the clock to the half.
Well, we talked about the game plan coming in after you've seen them once. It's a challenge for everybody that's involved, trying to pick up and decide who to cover, where to cover, how to cover, because you got a kid like this in Wermeyer who's going to cut free to the edge on the far side, and Wermeyer is going to go into Minot High territory up over the 35-yard line, and Malachi Wermeyer continues to be an animal here in this ball game.
That's a play we may want to put a asterisk or a star by. Huge tackle by Henderson on the sideline over there. It looked like Wermeyer was loose for a big touchdown run. Henderson saving tackle.
Well, Caden Henderson, that corner position, the 6', 170-pound senior, he's been big back there on the season. That was a big stop for him and a big run for Wermeyer. On the 1st down and 10, there's going to be a gain of just about 1 on the play as Wermeyer was wrapped up by Eichhorn and company for Minot High School. Lincoln Brooks in on the stop as well. The big man for Minot High in that defensive line position. 50 seconds left in the first half. 2nd down and 9. They go over to the left side this time. Minot High's defense comes up big as Muse is going to be taken to the ground. Bledsoe is there on the stop again for Minot High School.
Really good pursuit there on the edge. Bledsoe cleaning that play up, setting up a 3rd and long. I believe Davies only has 1 timeout left here. They're choosing to preserve it here, going to a hurry up.
3rd down. 20 seconds left in the first half of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. A run, good enough for a 1st down there as Colin Williams breaks free, and Colin Williams knocking on the Serve Pro red zone territory. Ball will be at the 25. Will there be a measurement coming here, Bryce?
I'm not sure if it's going to be a measurement. I believe, the clock is going to run here. Probably preserve their timeout and go for a field goal attempt, it looks like.
There's a little confusion on the chain gang on the far sideline. That's because Wayne Wermeyer bringing us down to a timeout. He wanted to use the timeout at the end of the first half, and he will do so. They'll put some time back on the clock. First International Bank and Trust timeout. Davies pressuring the late portion of our first half of football. Well, the Eagles are going to try for the three-point play as Colby Nelson comes out. This is going to be 43-yard attempt here, Bryce, thereabouts.
Yeah, it's going to be about 42, 43. Look at the wind, though, Nick. You see the American flag there in the other end zone. This could be a tough kick.
Well, do we see some trickery coming here? Timeout now, Minot High School. The Magi call the first International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. This is a bomb here on a windy night with a 10-mile-an-hour wind right up Broadway. 3 more points would be big. That's how windy it is. Davies looks for 3 more.
Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah.
Order for Danny?
Well, here comes the attempt for 3 points. It's up. It's got some distance. Does it drop in? It does. What a bomb and boot that was. Mark that one down, Bryce. 17-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard as we go to half, and another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. That was a boot.
It looked like Davies was going to run out the clock there. They end up getting to a field goal from 43 yards out, making it a 2-possession game, and they get the football to start the second half. Huge turn there in this football game.
10-point lead for Davies at the break. We'll break down the first half of football when we come back here on the PSP Network.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Well, we've reached halftime of the state semifinals. Davies leading Minot High School 17-7. The BNC National Bank scoreboard. Nick Hulberg alongside of Bryce Gutknecht on the call here tonight. Bryce, we knew what we were in for tonight. Minot High knew what they were in for tonight. Davies knew what they were in for tonight. Right now, the Davies run game really is the name of the game. They lead by 10 here in this ball game. Is it what you expected here this evening?
A lot of it, yes. And I talked to you about it as we went to break there, the importance of that field goal, making it a two-possession game. Looked like Davies was just going to run it out. They were content to get to the half. Wermeyer gets the huge gain. Henderson saves the touchdown, huge tackle. Looked like Minot High was going to get away with it. Wermeyer brings out for a 43-yard attempt from Nelson, and he nails it into the wind. It's a huge moment in that football game, Nick.
Yeah, some other big moments in my mind. Minot High gets the ball back, like you mentioned, as they get the ball back inside Davies territory. They've got an opportunity to put some points on the board, but Davies defense really showing why they are so tough to contain. And really for Minot High, it's been Kellen Burke, the only one that's had an answer for that riddle that is the Davies defense.
Davies' defensive line has created havoc from the opening kickoff in this football game. I want to talk about the secondary. The secondary's been terrific. It's been blanket coverage. That's why Burks had to do a lot of it with his legs in this football game. Nobody's been really open for Minot High. Great coverage by Davies secondary in the first half.
Yeah, certainly has been. Here's a look at the scoring in the ball game. Bryce, do you have the recap in this ball game?
Yeah, we got kicked off in scoring. It was a one-play drive after that big fumble on the first drive by Minot High and Blake Anderson. One play, 33 yards later, Wermeyer's into the end zone. I believe that was number 30 on the season, Nick. The great season continues. Minot High goes 13 plays, over 5 minutes on the next drive. What an answer. 1 yard out, Broderick scores on a rushing touchdown. Extra point made it 7-7. Then we got a 15-play drive from Davies. 31-yard out, quarterback keeper Muse. Over 8 minutes consumed off the clock to make it 14-7. And we just talked about it right before the half. 1 second remaining, Nelson from 43 yards out. That's how we got to 17-7 at the half of this semifinal.
Hey, no pressure. It's only 43 yards into a 10-mile-an-hour win in the state semifinals. That kicker can be overlooked a lot of times. And Those 3 points could play big dividends in this ball game. Davies leading 17-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. These teams, how they got here, and when you look at where they finished inside of the standings, Davies was the team that a lot of people had as the #1 team in the state for a majority of the season. Their one loss of the year was to Cheyenne, losing by a score of 3-0. So Cheyenne sweeps the East. They have a matchup with Bismarck High tonight. We'll see if we can get an update in that ball game coming up in just a moment. Shanley, West Fargo also got in. They obviously didn't get through. And then you look at where Minot High and Bismarck High ended their campaigns. Minot sweeps the West region again this year. That set up the playoff bracket to look like this. In the opening round, Cheyenne took down Legacy 28-0. Bismarck handed it to Shanley 42-7. The Deacons will be back, I promise you that much. They're always under good direction out on the east side of the state under Coach Mattern and company. Minot High took care of West Fargo 23-0, and then Davies and Mandan had quite a few points put on the board between the two teams collectively, 35-20 last week in the quarterfinals. We're half away from the Dakota Bowl appearances for Minot High School, Davies, Cheyenne, and Bismarck High. Do you have an update from that Cheyenne matchup out east against Mark Gibson's Bismarck Demons, who are such a powerhouse each and every year, it seems? And obviously, Cheyenne has become the team on the block that is tough to contain as well.
I'm going to work on getting us an update on that, Nick. It looks like... Maybe just give me a couple minutes. Yeah, give me a couple minutes. I'll get us updated. Oh, came up here. West Fargo, Cheyenne, 21. Bismarck High, 10. End of the first half of that one. So Cheyenne leading by 11 in that ball game.
Well, do we see some comebacks from the west side of the state tonight, or will it be an all-East final at the Fargo Dome next week? One half of football will determine that. That comes up next here on the PSP Network. 17-7 at the break. Davies.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan
or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
State semifinal coverage on the PSP Network, proudly brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. MSU, where more than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. Minot State University, proud to support our mission of promoting local athletes. Shields brings you the matchup tonight as well. They've got every sporting good underneath the sun. Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Find them online, shields.com. Minot's in maroon. Davies is in white. 10-point lead for the Eagles to start our second half of football as the ball rolls out of bounds off the opening kickoff here in quarter number 3. It's Nick Hulberg, Bryce Gutknecht on the call here tonight. Our Magic Towing halftime report comes to a close. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Put this number in your phone now. You'll be glad that you did. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, proud to bring you high school athletics on the PSP Network. And oh, by the way, mention PSP when you call for a tow and receive $50 off on the tow at Magic Towing. Thanks to Brock and the boys over at Magic Towing. You don't want to blow it, but you do want them to tow it when that happens. Davies' first offensive possession here in the second half. Working from the 35-yard line. Ball's carried forward. Well, we had quite a visit in here at the halftime break. Former Minot High standout quarterback Andrew Goodmanson stopping by inside the booth. He was quite a player back in the early 2000s. He played quarterback for Minot High School. He was also pretty good on the basketball court, really good on the baseball field as well. He went to UND, first Nebraska to play football and baseball, then went on to play both sports at the University of North Dakota. Great to see some of those former athletes on a night like tonight. Great to see Andrew Goodmanson here this evening. He could certainly sling it around the field, couldn't he?
Yeah, he's such a talent. I remember playing with him when I was a senior. He was a sophomore. We implemented a double pass where he would go out at the wideout. You throw it to him he was really a quarterback, but playing that wideout position. A lot of good memories with Mr. Goodmanson there.
Yeah, we tried to get him on the green screen, but he's too tall. At 6'5" was too much. He just didn't quite fit, Bryce. So great to see him here tonight. 3rd down and 9. Davies, middle of the football field. Ball at the 31-yard line. Davies on their first offensive drive of the second half. Wermeyer dancing forward, and he's got a gain on the play as the acrobatic tumble for number 7 has a gain of just about 4 on the play, and it brings up a 4th down and 4 as we get another look at it on Orion Family Dealerships replay.
Great job on the edge of press switch, forcing Wermeyer, turning him back inside where your help is, giving you a shot here about 4th and 5. See if they maybe go to the hard count again. They tried that earlier.
Big play here. Well, the option play, they're going to flip it on back here to the near side. Plenty of open air. DeWald's going to carry the football. Sorry, Colin Williams carries the football up for a first down. And Davies has more than just the run down Broadway. That time, it's good enough for a first down.
Fantastic call there by Davies. Everyone's sinking in, really attacking that dive play. They go with the option call. Great pitch by Muse. Huge first down. We talked about it in the first matchup, their ability to convert on fourth downs. Another one there, keeping the drive moving.
Northern Plains Heating and Air bringing you the ball game tonight. Your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game. The Northern Plains Heating and Air. Well, the run again from Wermeyer. Has a big gain on the play. That's going to be close to the first down marker. It brings up a 2nd down and 1 here for Fargo Davies. And this kid, again, the next level guy. What's the knock on somebody like him? Have you pinpointed anything in this kid's game that would prohibit him from excelling at another level?
He's a next level athlete. I really believe he can play. He can play defense or offense in my mind. He's super talented on both sides of the football.
Shifty, fast, intelligent. A real competitor. This time they run the football with 22. Carter DeWald, and DeWald bruises his way forward. Davies first down. Tonight's ball game on the PSP Network is brought to you by Western State Bank over in Fargo and West Fargo. Visit them online, westernbanks.com. Member FDIC, Prosperity Health. Also bringing you the ball game tonight. We strive to build lasting personal relationships with our customers and the community. Come visit us in South Fargo. Big thanks to all those sponsors you see on the screen that bring you tonight's ball game from the east side of the state. First down and 10. Now in Minot High territory from the right hash. Eagles on the move. Wermeyer again had the carry. Minot High's defensive core had the stop, but Wermeyer ran into Jolliffe, and Jolliffe made the stop there. We talked about him in our pregame here tonight, that the player to watch for Minot High was Peyton Jolliffe, leading tackler from that linebacker position here tonight. He's done what he could and what he can here in this ball game. It's quite a tall task against Fargo Davies, the top rushing team in the state.
Yeah, and they're really imposing their will here. Already up 2 possessions. They convert that huge fourth down with that option, continuing to give Wermeyer looks on the fullback dive as well.
This time the quarterback has it. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Minot High is going to come away with the football. Eichhorn comes up with it. Minot High strips the football. And the first turnover of the ball game's on the opening drive of the second half. The Magi may have just taken some momentum.
God, it looked like everything was going Davies' way. They had the momentum in the first half with that big field goal. Like I said, pushing it to 2-possession game. They convert a fourth down on an option. Big takeaway by the Minot High defense, setting them up in good field position.
Well, the Magi come back out on offense now as they work here. Blake Anderson went to his left, had to stutter step back to his right. He's going to have a gain on the play as the gang tackle is there as the Davies defensive core shutting down Anderson's run, but he does have yards on the carry. In on the tackle, Alex Meese. He's been busy in this ball game here tonight for Davies.
And this is something to monitor as well. We saw the hurry up in the first matchup in the second half. Minot High electing to go to it again to start the second half of this one.
Well, right down Broadway again. And this time the stop is made here from the Davies Eagles. Coming up, it's Wilmot Matati that comes up with the stop.
Wilmot Matati is on my all-name team, Nick. I know you're going to ask me. He's had a great game here tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's had quite a season. Matati's been good on the year here for this Davies team, and keep an eye out for him as this night continues. 3rd down and 6 for Minot High School. Spread offense here. This time Burke, quick hitter. Oh, right into the hands, and then out it fell off the fingertips of Eichhorn. And this brings up a 4th down situation here for Minot High School.
We talked about that heavy set. They go to Eichhorn there, basically acts as another offensive lineman there. There they put him out into the flat. He had an opportunity to secure that, get a big first down. Doesn't happen though, setting Minot High up in 4th and about 6.
Well, the Magi don't go into punt formation. Do they look for a hard count here? Going to get him close. Look at the Minot High fans want it. Finally, the flag comes out. Oh, listen to this place come alive. We haven't heard it this animated yet tonight, Bryce.
Yeah, they're going to get one of the defensive tackles in the neutral zone. That's going to be 5 free yards for Minot High. Makes it maybe 4th and inches, maybe. It's going to be really close to a first down.
Well, there you see the call on the field. 4th and inches coming down for the Magi.
I don't know, Nick. They're discussing here. This might move the chains for Minot High here.
Well, it was a 4th and 6, Bryce.
Yeah, it was.
But it was a. Here's the call.
They signaled first down. It's going to be first down, Minot High.
You want to walk us through that?
Yeah, it's just it appears to be 6. You could maybe call it 5. They're having a discussion there on the spot. You maybe thought maybe they'd measure, but referee was confident it was a first down and moves the chains.
No gain on the play for the Magi. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
For a majority of this football game, the Fargo Davies defense on first down has really limited the yards of the Minot High offense, setting them up in 2nd and 10.
On the run for the Magi. Davies defense is stout again, and Griffin Broderick certainly hasn't had a Griffin Broderick type of night here in the semifinals.
They've had a lot of success outside the tackles, on the perimeter. Great pursuit by the Eagles on there. 3rd and long on this one. Probably thinking something with Burke with his feet outside the pocket. Try and get Caden Kraft involved in this football game.
Third down and long for the Magi. Ball right at the 50-yard line. Burke on the keeper, cutting free. Kellen Burke's got a first down and then some for the Magi.
Great play call there, kind of like a run pass option. They call it an RPO there. Burke keeps it. He's done it so many times tonight, picking up those first down with his legs. A huge one here for Minot High.
First down and 10 for the Magi, working with the ball at midfield all the way into Davies territory now as Davies continues to work. On the defensive side as Minot High goes back to Anderson, and Blake Anderson gets up to the line, forward progress, and then we go back the other direction. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 coming here from Minot High School.
Maybe see if Minot High goes to elect on that first down, maybe go to a play action look. They do have single coverage with that single high safety. Maybe take a shot play. Been very limited on yards on first down in this football game.
2nd down and 9 for Minot High School. Ball's at the 37-yard line. Do we have a timeout coming here from Minot High? We do. First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. Well, we get asked this from time to time. PSP Network's mission of promoting local athletes. It's funded and taken care of by our local sponsors. Frankly, without them, we wouldn't be here. However, if you'd like to contribute to our cause to help us promote more games and more athletes across our great state of North Dakota, there it is for you on your screen. We do appreciate you. These games, of course, through the High School Activities Association, when you get into the postseason, do come with rights fees and some additional income needed to get these games on the air. That's why you hear all these sponsors throughout the night. And frankly, we can't thank them enough, and we can't thank each and every one of you enough for being a part of our mission of promoting local athletes. Big thanks again to everybody that continues to support this mission of getting these games on the air. And if it's not through the Venmo platform, just to subscribe on that YouTube channel or on our social media platforms goes miles in promoting these local athletes across the board. Big thank you again to each and every one of you that so kindly do that. This brings up a 2nd down and 9 for the Magi. Kraft dancing towards the center, up Broadway. Minot High's got the run here, and a big run at that. Is it Broderick or Anderson?
I think they got Anderson on the carry there.
Anderson's helmet comes off on the play. He's going to have to return to the sideline And Blake Anderson comes back over to the Minot High sideline, grabbing the right shoulder. We knew he was dinged up coming into the ball game and playoff football time. These young men are warriors without a doubt, and certainly doing what they can here tonight. This is the third down. Minot High wants a flag again with motion on the defensive line. They're not going to get it. Burke's going to walk back off the ball. 10 seconds on the play clock. Looking over at Chauncey Hendershot. Play clock at 6. Now 5. Now 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. Snap gets off. They hand off. They go to the far side. And the stop is made from Davies again. That time on the run for Minot High was Taven Backman, who was certainly big in the quarterfinals.
Jason Hunter, been terrific, part of that defensive line that's been so great all night for the Eagles, setting up a huge fourth down in this football game.
Well, Kellenberg comes back in, taking the play call from Chauncey Hendershot. Heard those coaches' comments before the ball game here tonight. Appreciate their coaches, both coaches, and their time here tonight. Huge play in the ball game. 4th down and 2. Now there's a flag on the play.
Oh, I think they got the defense, Nick. This is going to be a first down. Coach Wermeyer's beside himself. I must have missed the movement into the neutral zone there, but it's going to be a first down, Minot High.
Magi are going to move up to the 24-yard line with a first down and 10. And you see how Wayne Wermeyer feels about the call? Well, it's about to get good. 10-point lead for Davies as the intensity continues to rise here. Burke, quick hitter near side, gets it out down to Bledsoe, makes a stutter step move, make that Bedell rather, got to the 20, and then he's wrapped up on the play. A gain of just about 5 for Minot High School brings up a second down. Well, it's going to be a 2nd and 6 coming here for Minot High.
Great job by Wicklow at the safety position out there. Landon Bedell, good size out there. He wrapped him up, let his teammates come finish the job.
Broderick, the North Dakota commit, went to the right, to the left. Ball's on the ground. Davies says they have it. They say right. Davies takes the ball away as Broderick had the fumble. Davies has the recovery and the ball back in their own territory.
Oh, just a complete disaster for Minot High. They've been very fortunate on this drive. 2 first downs resulting from the defense coming into the neutral zone. Now a fumble, giving it right back to Davies.
Well, Minot High's had their opportunities in the ball game, and this is what you'll go back and look at if you're the Magi and you don't get out of this semifinal round, as the opportunities had and missed. But really, you have to give the credit to Fargo Davies with how well they've played on the defensive side of the football.
Yep, Coach Wayne Wermeyer talked to us about something during that interview. Win the turnover battle. They are winning it right now in this football game, up 2 possessions as the third quarter dwindles down.
By the way, WDA Volleyball coming to the PSP Network next week. We'll have wall-to-wall coverage of WDA Volleyball on the PSP Network. I'll have the call of the quarterfinal round. Then Owen Patterson and Melissa Spelchin will have the semifinals along with the championship round. Hope you join us for WDA Volleyball coming up next week. Wermeyer's got the carry again. And Malachi Wermeyer ends up dancing forward. Listen to these Minot High fans. They are not impressed. There was a little extracurricular after the play up at the 35-yard line, Bryce, and it's starting to become prison rules in a sense here in the state semis.
Yeah, just the lineman continue his block down the field, not hearing the whistle. Minot High fan section didn't appreciate it, but regardless, it's 3rd down and short and a must stop for Minot High defense.
3rd down and short here from the 25. Do they get enough for a first down? It's going to be close to the marker. Minot High fans still coming to volume here. I was on the Jack Michaels show yesterday on 740 The Fan, and the Red River Valley, big thanks to my idol all time. I sure look up to Jack Michaels, the voice of North Dakota football and the Red Hawks. And of course, 740 The Fan. I said the comment that nobody likes Minot. They really don't, and for good reason. They play with a chip on their shoulder. You come up here to the western side of North Dakota with the mentality that you should win the ball game, and It's not always that easy. And this game's starting to get chippy. Ball's
out,
on the
Nick.
ground again. Henderson comes up with it. Nobody likes Minot except Minot. And Caden Henderson has a lot to like right now because the Magi get the ball back on the Davies side of the field.
What a second half here. We've had 3 possessions in a row, resulting in fumbles, resulting in turnovers. Just when it looks like the momentum is going Davies' side up, 2 possessions with the football. Minot High defense answers again with a fumble recovery on that one, setting them up in business.
Is this a must-score situation now for the Magi with under a minute to play in the third quarter?
Just knowing what Davies likes to do offensively, they love to limit your possessions. They got to have some kind of points on this drive.
From the gun, Burke works here. He's got Anderson next to him. They go to Anderson. No, it's Burke on the keeper, and Kellen Burke's forward as he dives for a yard, and it brings up a second down and 9 here for Minot High School.
Once again, the yardage on first down has been so hard to come by for Minot High. They try and run a keeper there with Burke. I really like the play call. Just really good defense again by Fargo Davies.
Davies got into the semifinals last year where they met Shanley, the team to beat the #1 ranked team in the state. Shanley was a team last year. You go back to those stats and understand how good they really were. Landon Meyer, their quarterback, threw for over 3,000 yards on the year. Here's Burke, tosses it out. Burke just over the head a bit there of Swiddle. It's going to be incomplete.
Hey, can't ask for much more than that. You get a one-on-one look there. Looked like Swiddle had some room there to operate. The coverage in this game on the back end, that time on the recovery. The secondary for Davies has been terrific in this ball game.
Hudson Sheldon led the state of North Dakota up until this point. He's probably going to hang on to that title when it's all said and done on the year. Kellen Burke can chuck it around the field as well, but as Bryce mentioned, the secondary for Davies has been an X factor. Burke is running it now, however, he's forward for a short gain on the play. Hit on the stop for Davies, and coming in and slamming the door was number 11, Wilmot Matati again. And Matati's name is called again here, and for good reason in this ball game. Another nice stop from the linebacker.
Matati looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that play. Read it right away, bundling up Burke, setting up 4th down.
Well, let's go to quarter number 4. Davies by 10, 17-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
For 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
Back to action for the Magi with a 4th down situation here. Burke's back to pass, has to take a shot. He does. He tosses it out, in and out of the hands. It was there on a tee, but just out of the reach of Aaron Prestwich. Davies takes over on downs.
It's a great protection, picking up the blitz, the offensive line. Anderson doing his job, picking up that blitzer. Burke knows he's going to get hit. He's staying in the pocket. Oh, he delivered a great ball out to Prestwich out there. Just couldn't come up with it. Huge turnover on downs. Ball back to Fargo Davies.
Davies, established in 2013. They got to the Dakota Bowl the following year. They did not have a win in the state championship game, however. They're on their way to getting back there right now, under 12 minutes away with a 10-point lead. What do you do right now if you're Wayne Wermeyer? Anything other than what we've already seen this entire ball game and that steady dose of right down Broadway?
The one thing I told you about we have not seen, it could be something they're saving, that screen game. Look for a screen pass, try and counter the aggressiveness of Minot High defensively.
Injury timeout on the field. First International Bank and Trust brings you the timeout. Still a ball game. 10-point lead for Fargo Davies.
Hi, Carson.
What's up, guys?
What you doing?
Just helping out with the local food drive, looking for some more donations. What are you guys up to?
We're helping too. Look what we collected.
Well done. That's the spirit.
That's because we're building character.
You guys are characters, all right.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Giving back to the community is one of the guiding principles at First Western Bank.
First Western. You can bank on us.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Carter DeWald was the injured player for Davies.
Oh, the ball's on the ground here, Nick. No penalty.
Who's on top of it? Up with it is Buse, the quarterback. Loss on the play of just about 4. Third down.
I thought maybe Minot High was offsides on that play, but it wasn't called there, resulting the ball on the ground. We've had a number of fumbles here in the second half of this football game.
Loss of 2 on the play. Third down and 12 here for Davies in their own territory. They pitch the ball back. Wermeyer wrapped up at the feet, and Landon Bedell comes up with a big stop for Minot High School.
Huge stop, forcing a punt in this situation. Down 2 possessions, under 11 minutes left to go. Minot High defense answers the call again in this football game.
Well, Landon Bedell's a next level player. Off to play at MSUM next year. Congratulations, too, by the way, to Dylan Huber. He's on his way to play at Minot State University, signing earlier on this week.
Great sign by the Beavers. Dylan Huber is a grown man.
Ball's going to be punted up, rolling to the 40-yard line of Minot High School, where it stops and lands. The Magi go to work on offense with a first down and 10 at their own 40 in a must-score situation here with 10:08 left in the ball game.
Yeah, you said it, Nick. Must score. Got to have some type of points here. You do have the wind at your back in this fourth quarter. See if they can get something going in the passing game. They haven't had it in this ball game. See if you can get something to Kraft. Maybe it gets him going.
Big thanks again to Western State Bank, your hometown bank in West Fargo and Fargo. Visit them at westernbanks.com. And Prosperity Health bringing you the ball game tonight as well. It's cold and flu season. Stop in at Prosperity Health Pharmacy. Big thanks to those sponsors that bring you tonight's ball game from all across the state of North Dakota. Burke back to pass, deep shot, fires it out. This one's up, incomplete coverage there again in the secondary. And how do you contain the coverage that is on the other side of the ball when you got guys like Kane Mathias in the junior quarter coming up big?
I like that out of Minot High, though. Take the shot play. The reason they kind of put Kraft in motion on that play, trying to see what kind of coverage they're showing there. They know they got man coverage. They take a shot, just not able to capitalize. Once again, the coverage for Davies has been there all night long.
Second down and 10, Minot High School. Ball in the middle of the turf at their own 40-yard line. They hand off Blake Anderson. Anderson's wrapped up, loss on the play again. And that front line of Fargo Davies, something special. Meese, Lang, Majerus, Hunter and company in on the stop for Davies, and another third down and long facing Minot High School's drive here.
Alex Meese leading the way. We've called his name a number of times in this ball game. Defensive line, I've talked about the secondary. defensive line for Davies has been just as good in this one.
Minot High sends a man into motion. That's Kraft. 3 wide receivers now on the right side. Coverage is there for Burke. Tosses it downfield up to Swiddle. In and out of the hands. It's knocked away. Kayapia is the one that comes up with the stop. Help me on that name if you do remember, my friend.
Yeah, Kiepa. Was it Kiepa on that play?
Excuse me, yes. They stop from Kiepa.
Yeah, that's a tough play when you're in that position. The wide receiver basically turns into a defender trying to disrupt it so they don't get an interception on that play. So pretty good job by the wide out there to give the Minot High another down here. I know it's 4th and long, but it gives them a chance to convert and continue the drive.
Magi work on a 4th down from their own territory. Burke's on the run. He's got company. Forward it comes. It's complete. Up it goes into the hands here. Swiddle has the reception. He spins his way forward, and Hayden Swiddle with a giant conversion on the 4th down play from Minot High School.
We've said it all year, the success on Burke, rolling out, creating, finding a receiver there on 4th and 10. Much needed 1st down, moving the chains.
Well, the Magi working on momentum right now. They need another big play here as we're under 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Burke looks downfield, waits, fires, delivers. It's deep, incomplete. Landon Bedell was the target out there, and again, that coverage was there. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
I know I've said it, but hats off to the Davies secondary in this ball game. They have been terrific in coverage. Once again, they're running Bedell up the middle there, trying to throw a jump ball to the big guy there.
2nd down brought to you by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. Open Monday through Saturday for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store. Dual receivers on the left, one on the right. Burke working here. Burke on the keeper. He's going to dance forward for a gain of the play. Brings up a 3rd down. Let's call it 6 for Minot High coming up. By the way, our postgame show tonight brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. You can also tweet at us at Network PSP and let us know who you think tonight's MVP is of this contest. At Network PSP, let us know who you think tonight's MVP is. Brought to you by Sport Clips. We'll have that conversation and that announcement coming up in tonight's postgame. Burke, deep shot, fires it down, far side. It's a jump ball. Kraft was out after it. Coverage was there again in the secondary. And it brings up a 4th down situation again for Minot High School.
You see it on the defensive side for Davies, really electing to play coverage, kind of like a soft zone look there. The safety over the top there helping, forcing a 4th down for Minot High and a must convert, try and keep this drive alive.
Big thanks to our good friend Tyler Hagen at Tyler Hagen Photography and Mason Kramer Photography, the 2 photographers with the PSP network. Can't thank those guys enough. Find them on their social media platforms. Tyler Hagen will be with us at the Dakota Bowl a week from today with pictures and game action shots. Oh, Burke.
I think they got him down, Nick. I think they had him in the grasp there. Regardless, this is going to be Davies' ball. Turnover on downs.
Fargo Davies with 8:03 remaining on the clock, away from a Dakota Bowl experience and appearance. It would be their 2nd all-time if they could get there. For the Magi, they had trips in 92, 99, 02, 06, 2014, 15, and 17. Unfortunately for Minot High School, the only one that they won was the one that they got to last year in 2023. Please don't hit me, Bryce. I know that 03 and 02 was not the best year against West Fargo and Tyler Roll and company. However, the pedigree for Minot High School certainly there. They hand off and carry to the near side. On the run for Davies was Colin Williams.
Great discipline, assignment football. Bedell ready for that counter look that Davies runs so well, limiting him to a 1-yard gain on 1st down.
10-point lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC.bank, locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Personal and business banking needs at BNC.bank. Second down and 9 for Davies, working at the 48-yard line on their own side of the field as they work here. Somehow Wermeyer busts through the gap, gets up to the opposing 45. It's mesmerizing to watch what they're able to do with the run game, really, isn't it, Bryce?
It's just the patience. Let your blocks develop. Your legs never stop moving. Picking up about 4 or 5 yards at a time. Wermeyer so effective.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. Minot High School. 7:18 to play in the ball game. 10-point lead. Fargo Davies.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Well, the Minot High cheer staff on hand again tonight. Those young ladies certainly doing a good job again here at Minot High School. No Angie Spicer watching tonight. I'm sure she appreciates seeing the maroon and gold cheer team here tonight. Pass from Hughes across the middle. It's complete. DeWald's got it. Make it Williams, and Williams busts free up over the Minot High 30-yard line. And Davies is on the move again.
That screen, Nick, I talked about it. What a perfect time for it right there, delivering one and a first down, melting some more clock for the Eagles.
I apologize. That was 89, not 88. Gunnar Majerus was the tight end that had the reception. 4th reception of the year, Bryce. Up to 70 yards now in the season for the senior tight end. First down and 10. Minot High territory here for Davies as they work with under 7 to play in the ball game. Wermeyer somehow gets some more yards after the tackle. Wermeyer up to nearly the 25-yard line. We haven't had many ServPro red zone visits on either side tonight. ServPro with 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, and advanced technology at ServPro.
Yeah, the number of turnovers in the second half, you got to believe the Minot High defense has got to dial one up here, try and stay in this game as we're down to almost 6 minutes remaining here in this ball game.
Well, this one a lot closer than what we see up north on 16th Street tonight. We'll take a Planet Pizza live look in coming up in just a moment. On the run again, Davies not getting much on that carry that time as it's Wermeyer forward. Planet Pizza serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Largest laser tag playground in the region, 35-6. Horace on top of Minot North, and the Hollywood Cinderella story, if you will, looking to unfold in a way that doesn't quite resemble Varsity Blues, more like Friday Night Lights in that Hollywood scenario. Same for Bismarck High tonight. Oh my goodness, 35-10. Cheyenne on top of Bismarck High and Mark Gibson's crew. And if it were to end right now, folks, we would see ourselves with an all-East final for AA and AAA football. Red River cruising tonight. Horace cruising tonight. Cheyenne cruising tonight. Closest game that we've seen in AA or AAA football on the evening is Minot High and Davies, the one that you're locked into right now. And Cheyenne well on their way. Minot High still has a chance here, Bryce, but we're under 6 to play in the ball game, and Davies is knocking Minot High territory in that red zone again here with what they've been able to do with time of possession, what they've been able to do here in this ball game. It's a tough hill to climb for Minot High in a play like this on this third down situation, one of the bigger in the ball game. They hand off. They come back away to the near side. On the carry that time, it is Colin Williams, and Williams has a run forward on the play. Enough for a first down. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Great job. They send Connor Williams out in motion on that play. Bring him back on that counter look, enough to pick up the first down. Keep the chains moving.
More action tomorrow on the PSP Network. Langdon area Munich taking on the Velvet Drake Animus Garrison Aggies. Tomorrow, Bryce Gutknecht, Todd Domries have the call with Owen Patterson. Live from Velva, North Dakota. That game tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pregame's at 1:30. There goes Wermeyer dancing down into the red zone, almost into the end zone for Malachi Wermeyer, but he's wrapped up at the last moment. Minot High saved some points from going on the board, but Davies is now deep in the Serve Pro red zone.
Yeah, looked like Malachi was going to walk into the end zone there, an ankle tackle, avoiding that from happening, but another big first down as we tick under 5 minutes here. Davies in business.
Henderson again was the one with the stop for Minot High, but the ball's now at the 5-yard line. This would be a nail in the coffin here if Davies can get 6 more. They're going to be close to 6 more as Wermeyer dances close to the goal line once again. That offensive line of Davies has not gotten enough credit on this broadcast here tonight. What they're able to do, and the big men up front for Davies are something special, aren't they, Bryce?
Yeah, they've been terrific. All season they've been there. Kingsit, Wermeyer, Steckler, McCarthy, Dubord. Just them getting off the line, just so impressive. Another great game by them tonight.
How about Gus and Malachi, the sons of Wayne Wermeyer? Those two are going to be in on another Davies touchdown. Well, that celebration right there from Wermeyer says it all here tonight to the Magic City. Davies is going to go up by 6 more on the play as Wermeyer's into the end zone for the 31st time here in his senior campaign. What an effort, what a run, what a touchdown. That may be ball game.
Yeah, another great drive there. That screenplay really the key play to keeping that drive going. Setting up Wermeyer, a big run to get down to the 5. He finishes it off 2 plays later.
Point after is up, and it's good. Well, we've had a ball game here tonight, and Davies is now able to have some breathing room as Wermeyer's in for the 31st time on the season. This kid's the real deal. Can Davies hang on for another trip to the state championship? Seems that way late in the contest.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Well, this ball game on the PSP Network tonight, again brought to you by our friends on the east side of the state, Western State Bank, your hometown bank in West Fargo and Fargo. Visit them online, westernbanks.com. And Prosperity Health Pharmacy. Prosperity Health Pharmacy proudly supporting the Eastern schools and their playoff runs. Here's Pilata on the return from Minot High. Pilata, great run back. He's all the way up to the 40-yard line, and Pilata dances his way forward up over the 35. Minot High's not done yet, Bryce, but they need points, and they need them in a real quick hurry.
Yeah, everything's got to be in the hurry-up mode here. Try and get something through the air going, but the Davies secondary has answered the call all evening. But you're right, whatever they got to do, it's got to be quick here.
Well, Bryce will have coaches' comments on the field in our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroad postgame tonight. Wayne Wermeyer and Chauncey Hendershot both here after the ball game. And the MVPs of tonight's ball game. It's got to be Wermeyer, isn't it, here tonight?
Yeah, Malachi's been terrific. Up to 31 touchdowns on the year.
Trickery play from Minot High. Prestwich cutting free up to the 50-yard line, and Prestwich wrangled up. Look at this playback on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Yeah, great job there on the reverse there. looked like he had a little more room, but Vining there with a huge tackle inbounds.
Right at the 50-yard line, first down and 10, Magi. Back to Burke it comes. Burke, he's got company in the pocket, rolling out left side, fired forward just over the reach of Landon Bedell, incomplete on the pass. Well, no matter what happens here tonight, Chase Burke's little brother, Kellen Burke. Chase, one of the greats to play up Minot High in that running back position. His little brother, Kellen. Talk about a story he was this year, really, Bryce. Hey, I mean, my goodness, somebody that the critics were all over at the start of the year. Could he take him to the promised land? Well, certainly he's proven that he can, and he proved here again tonight that he's got the heart of a lion, no doubt about that.
Such a gritty effort by him. I remember when they were 1-2, a lot of question marks surrounding the cornerback position. Kellen Burke was getting better each and every single week for the Magi.
Across the middle, Burke with that time incomplete pass. This brings up a 3rd down and 10 for Minot High School. Davies is for real. If you've got the money on the table right now with 327, Davies is going to have a trip to the state championship game to take on what seems to be Cheyenne, as Cheyenne up big on Bismarck High School. Davies' lone loss on the season, a 9-1 football team. They lost 3-0 to Cheyenne in conference play. Across the middle, it's out. Incomplete. Prestwich goes down hard. Minot High fans want a call. They're not going to get it as the coverage in the secondary stout again for Fargo Davies.
Yeah, setting out a 4th down, it's a must make if Minot wants any chance to win this football game. I know it's an uphill climb, but you got to have this one. It's got to be quick.
Big contact on that play, by the way. Hard collision. Well, here's your ball game, it seems, Bryce. 3:21 left in the contest. 4th down and 10 for the Magi. As the Magic run out on the Minot High football run that has been magical, to say the least, all the way back to last year, a year ago in the Dakota Bowl Championship over Shanley. Davies calls a timeout. First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. First International Bank and Trust started back in 1910. They've grown to be one of the most well-known banks across our region. First International Bank and Trust brings you the timeout here tonight. First International Bank, full service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. They bring you the timeout. Well, we were asked about it again, and we will show it one more time here. If you would like to help our cause and our mission of promoting local athletes, you see it on your screen here. Big thanks to each and every one of you that continue to support our mission on the PSP Network. Big thanks to all those sponsors. Frankly, without them, we just wouldn't be here. And again, if you haven't already done so, make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Could be the ball game. Burke, bubble screen. Anderson's got it, cutting free. Anderson, first down, Minot High School. Flag on the play as Anderson dodges his way forward. But where's the flag going to lie here, Bryce?
Yeah, they're going to get a block in the back here. Maybe a hold of some sort. This is not going to stand, so it's going to set them up in about a 4th and 20 situation.
Fourth and 20 for Minot High School with 3:14 left here in the ballgame. Magi on the year coming in at 8-2. They swept the WDA going 5-0. 4-2 on their home field on the season. They were flawless on the road. Ranked number 1 in the state. And it boils down to a 4th and 17 in a sense here, Bryce, because time is now the enemy. Sands in the hourglass are wearing thin for the Magi. Burke's got company in the pocket, rolling out, fired across the middle, up to Bedell, incomplete. Davies gets the ball back.
Some great pressure off the edge there by Hunter, number 54. Burke, what he does so well, he does get outside the pocket, trying to basically throw that across his body, not able to deliver. Turning it right back over. Turnover on downs back to Fargo Davies.
2:48 to play in the ball game. Davies can take some air out of the football here and start to make plans for next week at the Dakota Bowl at the Fargo Dome, home of the NDSU Bison. Will they get it done? They go into victory formation. 2:42 left here in the ball game.
Yeah, they're just gonna. They know Minot High doesn't have any timeouts left, so they are gonna take some knees. In victory formation here. The defensive effort by the Eagles was just tremendous. I can't say enough. The secondary, the defensive line, all night long. Coach Wermeyer's got to be excited after falling short last season in the semifinals. Able to overcome that hump this year in an appearance in the Dakota Bowl.
First trip back since 2014 after back-to-back semifinal appearances. They ran into the buzzsaw that was Shanley last year. That game was at Shanley. 1:48 to tick away here in the contest. Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroad bring you the postgame here tonight. We'll have our MVP of the game and our move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. They bring you the move of the game. Here tonight, we'll have that all coming up in our Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show. Play clock down to 1. There's the knee. Might get a little chippy at the end here, as the boys will be boys at the end of the ball game. But nevertheless, two teams that certainly have respect for each other, and two programs that, for the last 3 years at least, have been powerhouses inside of AAA football.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the effort. Going on the road again here. Davies, a team you're playing that's very familiar with your style of football, coming out victorious again here.
Well, next Friday is a little bit different than last year for you and I. We'll be eating hot dogs in Section 14 at the Fargo Dome instead of being on the call. Scott Woodmansey, Chuck Claremont, Todd Domries will have the digital radio coverage for you folks next week at the Dakota Bowl. And I'm telling you right now, if you are unable to watch it, we'll have that digital radio coverage for you on the PSP network. And some of the best of the business will be on the air for us, as they are each and every outing on the PSP network. Well, this is it. 34 seconds left of the ball game. Play clock's down to 9. Davies will take a knee, and this will be how it ends here tonight. Minot High will just come out and shake hands, I would assume, Bryce.
Yeah, it's going to actually be a turnover on downs here, but Minot's going to have to bring the offense out and at least run a play or two. I'm not sure what they're going to choose to do here, but
yeah, the play clock and game clock will need to start here for the Magi. Well, Chauncey Hendershot talking to the players over here on the near sideline. Nothing but respect for Chauncey Hendershot and what he's done with this program at Minot High School. Took over for a gentleman that certainly knew his way around winning football games in Barry Holman after Barry's tenure here at Minot High. And tell you what, he's a respected man in the football community, the reigning coach of the year. It's going to fall short in the semifinals, however. That's because Fargo Davies is the real deal. We'll talk to Chauncey after the ball game tonight, and Wayne Wermeyer, and our player of the game if we can. If Bryce can get those gentlemen on the field, coming up in our Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame show. That's going to be right around the corner here on the PSP network. What a ball game it was tonight, and when it was all said and done, it's Fargo Davies that moves on to the Dakota Bowl and a trip their first trip since 2014. Looks as if they will play Cheyenne a week from today. Be late in that ball game 7 days from now. Davies eliminates Minot. They move on to the state championship. We'll break down how they did it when we come back to Duane Carlson Stadium. Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next on the PSP Network.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Damn it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors, Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, find them online, planningteam.com. And Schatz Crossroads, home to the famous number 99, where team buses are always welcome. It's Schatz Crossroads, bringing you the postgame tonight. Try one of those banana cream pies. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed at Schatz Crossroads. Bryce Gutknecht has Chauncey Hendershot on the field after tonight's semifinal matchup. Let's go down to Bryce.
Hi there, I'm with Coach Chauncey Hendershot. First off, I appreciate your time. I know these interviews aren't the easiest thing to do. A lot to be proud of your team. WDA champs really responded after a 1-2 start to the season. Talk about the effort by your team tonight.
I think sitting right in the moment and after it's very raw. That's a huddle and a team that's hurting right now. But the message is really right now just thinking about our seniors and all the work that they've done, everything that they've accomplished. So proud of them, but right now just hurting for them.
Yeah, that leads me to my next question. What will you remember most about this senior class and their contributions to Minot High football?
This is the class that wanted to win. A lot of them got called up 4 years ago as freshmen to travel, and they showed up to playoff practice, that free football, and they just battled and they competed, and they've helped raise that standard that we have around here, and just very, very grateful for them.
Very well said, Chauncey. I'll let you get back to the team. Very courageous effort by your boys tonight. Great season. A lot to be proud of, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's Bryce Gutknecht down on the field. He had Chauncey Hendershot. I know he's working on getting Wayne Wermeyer. I believe Fargo Davies has maybe exited stage right. Bryce is going to see if he can get Wayne Wermeyer. We'll take a quick break on our planning team. Well, let's see. Here's Bryce down on the field. All doing our best to get you Fargo Davies head coach Wayne Wermeyer. We'll see if we can get him on the horn here in just a moment. We'll take another break on our planning team financial advisor Schatz Crossroads postgame show. Final score 24-7 Davies over Minot High School.
Facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Planning team financial advisors at Schatz Crossroads bring you the post-game show tonight. We'll have our Magic City Home Leisure move up the game coming up along with our MVP. Brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips brings you the MVP haircut experience. Bryce is on the field now with our Sport Clips MVP.
All right, we got them. They're out of the locker room. They were doing some celebrating in there, and rightfully so. Our Sports Clip MVP, Malachi Wermeyer. Malachi, tough season last year. You're in the semifinals, fall short to make it to the Dakota Bowl. Talk about this moment and what it means for Davies football.
This is one of the best moments Davies football has ever had. We've only been once before, and man, we've fallen short the last 2 years in the semis. Unbelievable for the guys to get the experience, and I think this is a special moment, man.
Talk about the offensive effort tonight, the offensive line play, allowing you to do a lot of what you do, up to 31 touchdowns, I believe. Just a tremendous season out of you. Talk about the offensive line play tonight.
We got the best line in the state, I tell you what. They're constantly driving off the ball. They're getting hats on guys. We're trying to get falling forward 3 yards of play. I mean, we have a couple of times we have breaks. They pick us up. They pick each other up. I fumble the ball. They pick me up. All the O-line in the huddle next drive are telling me, hey, you're good. We got this. We're going to block for you. And we got it done.
How quiet do you think the bus ride will be home tonight? What kind of fun do you guys have in store for the bus ride?
I'd say we got about an hour of loud noise, and then I think we're going to shut her down after that. A lot of guys are going to be pretty tired tonight.
Yeah, tremendous effort. Hey, if you're a college, come recruit this kid. Number 7, Malachi Wermeyer. You need a running back. You need a linebacker. Check this kid out on our film. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, good call, Bryce. Without a doubt, he is certainly somebody that not only is he good on the field, a good interview as well. Here's Bryce back downstairs with the head coach, Duane Wermeyer.
Sorry about that. I got Coach Duane Wermeyer now. I asked Malachi about it. A tough loss in the semifinals last season, falling to a really good Shanley team. You go on the road tonight, securing your spot in the Dakota Bowl. How does that feel, my friend?
I'm so happy for the kids. The fact that they get to experience another week of football, they get to experience the Dakota Bowl. It's one of a kind. This group of seniors is really, really special. I'm just so happy for them.
I want to talk about the defensive effort by your football team tonight. The defensive line play was tremendous all night. How about the secondary? Some blanket coverage, just some all night long on that Minot High weapons on the outside.
Yeah, it's been all year. Our defensive staff is just done a whale of a job. I don't even know what we do on defense. I trust Coach Peterson and the whole defensive staff to come up with a great game plan. They've done it all year long. They have the kids ready to roll, and it's awesome.
It really seemed like a turn in this football game was you seemed content to have the football with the leads up 7 in that first half. You get the big run by Malachi, setting you up with that 43-yard field goal into the win. Talk about that moment and the shift in momentum in the football game.
Well, first of all, our kicker is special. I mean, a kid that came to me at the end of last year as a freshman, he's only a sophomore, and said, can I try kicking? Well, I'm sure glad I said yes, because if I hadn't, it would have probably been the dumbest coaching decision I ever made. He nailed that thing. I didn't know if we had a shot going into the win, but I mean, he absolutely just stroked that thing and through the uprights, and huge, because now we're up by 2 scores.
Last question I got for you. Over under 2 hours of sleep tonight for Coach Duane Wermeyer.
Well, I'm going to hopefully get a couple in the bus, and then it's going to be tough when we get home. But we can't be content. We're going to prepare our butts off, and hopefully we get these kids ready to roll for next Friday night and lay it on line, see what we got.
We appreciate the time, Wayne. I'm going to let you go celebrate. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks for covering us.
Thank you.
Well, job well done down there. Thank you, partner. Job well done down there from Bryce Gutknecht with the Wermeyers here tonight. Wayne and Malachi, father and son. Talk about the key components in this ball game here tonight. I love the comment that he doesn't know what the defense is going to do. That's not his department. Well, that department's certainly doing a great job here tonight for Fargo Davies. They move on to play in the state championship as they take down Minot High School, the number 1 team from the West region here in tonight's ball game. And boy, Davies, Cheyenne, they played earlier on this year. The only loss for the 9-1 Davies Eagles on the season is against Cheyenne. It was a real nail-biter. 3-0, the score of that ball game just a few weeks back. And when you talk about a showdown and a score like that in a high school football game, it's something that's almost unheard of. And I'm telling you right now, I'd be surprised if it isn't an epic one next week when those two teams come together. The final is final inside of 3A football. Cheyenne 35, Bismarck High 16. So Cheyenne moves on to take on Davies, a rematch in their hometowns or home areas, if you will. Davies and West Fargo will play at the Dakota Bowl next Friday night. It's going to be quite the matchup inside of 3A football. It should be a good one. We'll have radio coverage for you on the PSP network inside of AA football. Red River over Wahpeton. West Fargo Horace over Minot North. All East final in AA football coming up next week at the Fargo Dome as well. What do we have in store for single A football? Well, we're going to have a pretty clear idea after tomorrow. It's going to be as clear as it can be. We'll set the stage for the championship. We'll have the call and the video broadcast of Velva, Drake Animus Garrison taking on Langdon. Area Munich, Todd Domries, along with Bryce Gutknecht and Owen Patterson will be on the call of that showdown from Velva coming up tomorrow. Kindred at Central Cass collide as well coming up in tomorrow's single A action. And then in the nine-man world, you'll see quite a rock fight between Lemoore, Litchfield Marion, and Linton HMB. New Rockford, Cheyenne, and West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn. Talk about some teams that put some points on the board. I would guess that won't be any 3-0 games in the nine-man world tomorrow. ABC North Dakota and Beck Sports will have those games. Beck Sports will have the Linton game. New Rockford, Cheyenne, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn will be on ABC. And again, we'll have coverage tomorrow of the matchup between Velva, Drake Animus Garrison, and Langdon area Munich. Well, before Aaron Wald takes off back to Bismarck tonight, the producer of tonight's show, thank you, partner, for coming up. Job well done. We appreciate everything you do for us at the PSP Network. Brock Beater, Trevor Haas, job well done from those guys here tonight as well. Bryce Gutknecht's back up in the booth. And, partner, what a night it was for high school football in the 3A world. If you're on the west side of the state, not the best night of the season by any means, but you really have to respect how good Davies is, how good Cheyenne is. Will we see a 3-0 state championship game next week?
Gosh, I'd like to see. Well, I'd like to think we'll see a little fireworks. Sorry, I'm catching my breath. I was kind of sprinted up those stairs pretty quick for an old man, but yeah, you'd like to think you'll see some offense in that game. But two great teams that are going to battle it out. What an effort by Davies tonight. The excitement from Coach Wermeyer there was something special in that interview, and he get to share it with his kids. And that's a pretty cool moment. Yeah, pretty cool moment without a doubt. Here's your game rewind brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. The Magi fumbled on their opening possession of the ball game, and guess what? Malachi Wermeyer took it to the house on the first touch of the ball game. You want to set a tempo in a semifinal game? Give it to Seven and White. And you're right, Bryce. Somebody recruit this kid. He is the real deal. Minot High scored on their next drive. Griffin Broderick, the North Dakota commit, right down Broadway for 6. Point after was good. But guess what? They weren't done. Muse on the quarterback keeper on the option play. Got down into the end zone for the touchdown at 9:06 remaining in the second quarter of football. Here's that play that Wayne Wermeyer was talking about. How about the boot 43 yards into a 10-mile-an-hour wind? The sophomore kicks it through the uprights. That was a turning point in the ball game, and a big one at that without question. Game continued on. Minot High made some plays in this contest, and some big ones like this right here, but kind of the storyline for the Magi tonight. They just couldn't convert on any of those big plays in the ball game, and then you had Davies doing things like this, and Davies doing Davies things, and it's Wermeyer in for the second time in the ball game, and the second time here tonight was good enough for number 31 on the season. That's quite impressive for the young man, for Fargo Davies. He is tonight's MVP of the ball game. MVP brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. Find them in Minot and in Bismarck. They've got an app. It's quick. It's convenient. They do a fantastic job at Sport Clips of Minot and Bismarck. Time for our move of the game. Move of the game brought to you by our friends at Magic City Home Leisure, new sponsor on the PSP network. And telling you right now, a hot tub on your patio, maybe in the backyard. I've been in there a few times talking to our good friends over at Magic City Home Leisure. Honey, if you're listening, let him buy it and
fella, if you're listening, talk her into it. I'm telling you, it's fantastic stuff at Magic City Home Leisure. We'll have more on them in the games to come, of course. But they bring you our move of the game here tonight. And, you know, Bryce, there's plenty that you could talk about in a ball game like this and plenty of different opportunities for plays that you could go with. But our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game here tonight isn't from Mandan last week. I promise you that much. That's an old video. Let's get to the ones that Let's get to the one that I thought that I had queued up. Here it is. Tonight's move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. First touch on the first snap of offense on the game. And if you could set the table this way and set the momentum, if you're Fargo Davies, I don't think it could have gone any better out of the gate after a 4-hour bus ride to the Magic City. Malachi Wermeyer dancing down into the end zone for the touchdown. There's your Magic City Home Leisure move of the game here tonight. Malachi Wermeyer, congratulations. The double dip for him tonight, the MVP and the move of the game.
Yeah, what a great answer. You get the fumble on the first possession. Minot High fumbles it. You're in business. Can't ask for a much better start if you're Coach Wayne Wermeyer. Hand it to Malachi Wermeyer 33 yards later. One play, you're already up 7-0 with the extra point after that.
Yeah, what a ball game. What a night for him, and certainly a lot to be proud of for that young man. Again, Davies taking on Cheyenne in the Dakota Bowl next week. It did go final. I know, Bryce, you were on the field when I announced that. Bismarck ended up with 16 points in that showdown against Cheyenne here tonight. But when it's all said and done, it's the Cheyenne Mustangs and Davies Eagles that are going to play in a state championship, all-East final in AA football and in AAA football. What a run for the Magi. Touching on that for just a moment. And, you know, Chauncey Hendershot, the competitor that he is and the reigning coach of the year, it's never easy having those conversations after a game like this. But certainly for Minot High School and for Bismarck High, 1 and 2 of the West, a lot to be proud of here this year in 3A football.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you to Coach Hendershot for doing that interview. Those are not easy interviews to do. You have your, you know, you just played your last football game of the season. The team's there. And he's right. They're hurting. You're thinking, you know, it's a failure and stuff, but there's a lot to be proud of for Minot High football, for Coach Hendershot, for Minot High football fans. It's tough to repeat. This is what high school sports do, these life lessons. You know, you get the ultimate highs with last year. A lot of these guys were a part of that state championship team. I always say, you know, enjoy the highs, endure the lows. And this is a low point, but there's so much to be proud of. A great season by Minot High football.
Well, it's quite disappointing if you're in the Magic City, no doubt about that, with Minot North and Minot High, two teams that obviously were a win away from the Dakota Bowl, and being there changes the landscape a little bit next week as far as the radio coverage and the digital radio duties. You and I will still be there watching. Next week's Dakota Bowl will have live coverage for you folks here on the PSP Network. Digital radio coverage starting at 8:40 a.m. next week. Bryce, before we hop off here tonight, I just want to say thanks on a job well done this year, partner. It's been a lot of fun having you here in the booth, and I know the fans love you. We love your insight, and much appreciated the hard work that you do with PSP Network.
Yeah, it's such a great thing to be a part of. Thank you to you two bringing me on and stuff. Our first full season together, and first of many, I hope. And I enjoy it so much, and just enjoying the mission with you. We share it, and we're going to continue to promote these kids.
Job well done, my friend. Final once again tonight, Fargo Davies 24, Minot High 7. Davies and Cheyenne for a state championship next Friday at the Dakota Bowl. Busy week next week on the PSP Network. Region Volleyball, Class B Region 6 up Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thursday is also the day that the WDA tournament will start. That will take place Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Keep in mind, all the volleyball coverage next week is on the PSP Plus portion of PSP Network. Subscription will be required for those, but you can listen to the Dakota Bowl for free. Again, coverage will start at 8:40 a.m. Coming up next Friday, Chuck Claremont, Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domries, Bryce Gutknecht will be on the call. If Velva's in that state title game, you'll hear Bryce if Velva can get past Langdon tomorrow. And by the way, we'll have coverage of Langdon and Velva tomorrow starting at 1:30 with the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Todd Domrys, Owen Patterson, Bryce Gutknecht on the call of that showdown tomorrow in Velva. Big thank you again to Trevor Haas and Brock Beater on the cameras tonight. Aaron Wald on a camera and producing the show tonight. Big thank you to my partner, Bryce Gutknecht. Job well done, partner. A lot of fun working with you. Absolute riot of a time. Final one more time, 24/7 Davies over Minot High School. Big thank you to all those sponsors that you see on the PSP network. Frankly, without them, we just wouldn't be here. Big thank you, and an even bigger thank you to our military men and women that watch abroad or locally here tonight. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Thank you to all those military and servicemen and women, active or veteran status. God bless you all. For Bryce Gutknecht, I'm Nick Hulberg signing on for the final time at Duane Carlson Stadium. And all these finalists set. Davies and Cheyenne after Bismarck High and Minot High are derailed in the semis. What a year it was of high school football coverage here on the PSP network. We look forward to next year, and we really look forward to high school hoops and high school hockey right around the corner. Till next time, whatever you do, please have a good night, and God bless.
On the PSP network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, Our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.